Oh, sorry, guys. I'm 15 minutes late. How's it going, everyone? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little match preview for you. This is for the Wolves game tomorrow night, or tomorrow early evening, late afternoon, 5:30 p.m. kickoff in the Premier League at Old Trafford. Come on, United! We got to smash up Wolves in this one, don't we? Obviously, good result in the last game. Got to keep it going. Got to beat the teams we should be beating. Come on! Thank you, everyone, for waiting patiently for us to get going here. Really appreciate you all getting in. Do us a massive favour. Smash that like button on the video at the start of this stream. Do give it a like. Share it around on social media as well. That always helps us out. If you're watching this back later and you're on catch-up, do get yourself down below in the comments section with your thoughts and opinions, your team predictions, your score predictions and all the rest of it for the game tomorrow. And let's be having you. Thank you very much for joining. Ryan Mann, what's going on? The Big Guy, Rush Marno, Shazad Ahmed, Sphinx Sue, Cherry Pie, TJ, The Gaming Simp, Connor Matthews, and everybody else as well. Thank you very, very much for getting in here. Get yourself involved throughout the show. Get your opinions and thoughts in the live chat. We will be dipping in and out of the chat as we go along. But let's get into it then. So United coming up against Wolverhampton Blunderers tomorrow. We're going to batter them. We're going to batter them. We in terms of like how they're actually doing at the moment, I mean, they're not doing too bad. They're ninth. In fact, in terms of points, they're only 6 points behind Manchester United. So, you know, this is a tough game in the sense that Wolves are not a bad side. In terms of the recent form as well, they're not doing too badly, although, you know, their form guide, in terms of the form guide over the last 6 games, they're doing a bit piss poor. Because, you know, but actually the last 2 games, they got a draw against Chelsea, they beat Brighton, so they've been on a little bit of an upturn recently. So the last couple of games are good for Wolves, and obviously they're in a decent spell. So this is not going to be an easy game for Manchester United. We're going to get into the team news, we're going to get into the formations, predictions, and all that stuff in a bit. But just wanted to sort of set the scene here. Wolverhampton Blunderers tomorrow should be a tough task, but Ralph Rangnick, he's got to get us playing this Gagan style. We have to get Gagan right at them, and you know, and spiel us some nice Fußball. That there was a whistly sound there, sorry, but you know what I mean. Like we gotta spiel us some nice Fußball tomorrow. We really do. So I hope we can do it. We've got to keep it going. We've been in better form. If you look at the form table for Manchester United over the last 6 games in the Premier League, we are 3rd now in terms of the league table of form for the last 6 games, which means we are doing better. We are doing better. We've got good results. Rangnick's yet to be beaten as Manchester United manager. In terms of the results, it's you know, a draw against Chelsea, 3-2 win against Arsenal, 1-0 against Palace, 1-0 against Norwich, a draw against Newcastle, and 3-1 against Burnley. So, you know, we are in decent sort of form again. We just need to make sure that we stop, you know, dropping points against teams that we shouldn't. Newcastle game was a shocker. We shouldn't have dropped any points there either. It can't be like that. You know, draws are not good enough at this stage. You've got to beat the opposition. You've got to beat them well. We're the team at home. Come on, United! So, yes. Oh, by the way, we've got a super chat here early doors from Don Gungshilioni. Gungshi, how are you doing today? Thank you for joining us, mate. Let me get that up and see what it says. Gungshi's going back to my old school rap that I did about Wolverhampton Wanderers, mate. Thank you very much for bringing that up. Where the Wolves, where the Wolves, where the Wolves at? Ain't one shit since I was in my daddy's nutsack. Where the hell is Wolverhampton on the map? Close to Birmingham or something, or some crap. Nice one, Gungshi. Appreciate you. Decent, mate. Decent. Thank you very much for the super chat there. Let's get a Sue emoji in there, please, for Gungshi. Gungshi, I hope you're doing well today. Thank you for joining us. 10-Ton Man and LOL's in here as well. Cool homies. Dan McGill, Shazad Ahmed, absolute legends. Thanks for joining us, guys. Yeah, hit the like and get involved with your thoughts and everything throughout the show. So that's the latest form then in terms of the 2 sides going in. Manchester United, much the better side, obviously, much the better informed team as well. Wolves over the last 6 games, 14th in the league table in terms of form, 9th in the league table overall. But Manchester United 3rd in the league table in terms of form. So not too bad, and obviously 7th in the league table right now in terms of actual position, which is terrible. We've got to get up there into the top 4, obviously. Of course, Arsenal did slip up, which is good for us. Good result for us today as well, of course. Don't know if you saw the game. I got up really late today. I was obviously up really late doing the FIFA. Had a mare. I've got to stop doing that, by the way, guys. I've got to stop staying up so late with streaming at bloody 5:30 a.m. or something. It's ridiculous. So, because I missed some United news this afternoon as well. I've had a mare. But anyway, 2-2, Chelsea versus Liverpool. So they both dropped points. That's good. So, Liverpool on 42 points, which means that if Manchester United win both of our games in hand, we will be on 37 points, which is only 5 points off of third place Liverpool. It just gets us right back in there. But we've got to win those games. You can't drop any points now. We've got a good run of fixtures where we should pick up the points. We've got to go and pick up those points. Arsenal, of course, didn't get the result either, so they dropped points. Manchester United, if we win our 2 games in hand, we will go back above Arsenal by 2 points. So we can get into the top 4 here. The path is clear. Of course, Tottenham can have their say as well. They've got a couple of games in hand just like us, and if they win theirs, they will be above us. But this is Spurs we're talking about. They're bottle jobs. So Manchester United, if we just win our couple of games, we will be back in the top 4. So this is a hugely important game for us. It's against Wolves, but we've got to go and win it. So thank you, everyone, for getting in here. By the way, there's 65 you legends in here. Great to see you all. OP Dragon as well. Johnny Gallagher and Friction getting in here, guys. Thank you for getting in. Right, so in terms of the press conference earlier, Ralph Rangnick obviously had a presser earlier and was asked plenty of good questions about players and the situation at the club. So I'm going to give you all the team news, but not just team news, but also sort of transfer news right here from Ralph Rangnick, because he met with the media ahead of the game against Wolves, and he was asked a lot of questions in regards to Big, Eddie Cavani, Martial, Donny, all these players. We're going to give you all the information now. You may have well seen it yourself, but if not, we've got it here for you. So basically, yeah, he said he was asked about Edinson Cavani again, and he said we've had quite a few conversations over the last couple of weeks. Probably the player with whom I have spoken the most. I told him from the very first day he is a highly important player. He is probably the only one who can play as a striker back to goal and face to goal. And as I said, his professionalism and his work ethic is just amazing. I told him that I desperately want him to play and stay until the end of the season, and he knows that. He knows how highly I rate him and how highly I respect him. That was also the reason why I played him today from the beginning together with Cristiano Ronaldo against the Burnley. So in terms of Edinson Cavani and his position at the club, he should be starting these games under Rangnick. He's got that respect from Rangnick. He obviously wants to keep him between now and the end of the season. There is no thoughts on Edinson leaving right now in the January transfer window. He's told him he wants to play him. He's got a place in the squad. He's contracted until the summer. So get in there, my son, Big Eddie Cavani. Let's get some El Matadore emojis in there, everyone. Because, I'm very happy about this, because I would have been gutted to see him go. It would have been a proper shitty Glazer cash grab for 5 to 10 million, or not even that, to let him go in this January window. If you want ambition, if you want to have a good squad and go for it this season, you need a player like Big Eddie Cavani, especially if you're going to be playing 2 up top. And as we've discussed at length before, Cavani and Ronaldo, there's no reason why they can't form a formidable partnership together, especially considering they are different players. Ronaldo can play on the last man, and Cavani can maybe be the player that's, the supporting striker, effectively dropping deeper, getting involved in the play a bit more, holding it up, and all the rest of it. So those two together on paper sound absolutely epic. But yeah, fantastic news, obviously. Thank you for the El Matadore emoji there. So yeah, definitely good news in regards to Edinson Cavani staying at the club. We don't want him going anywhere. He's been a breath of fresh air since he came in. And like Rangnick says, he always works very hard for the club. He was also, asked about Tony Martial. And Tony Martial is a bit of a different story. But this is what, just a quote. Here's the quotes just from a tweet in tweet form. It says, I know from some players that they went to leave. We spoke about Eddie. He knows I definitely will not let him go. Martial's squad absences are not injury-related, unsurprisingly. So in regards to Tony Martial, that's a different story. He wants to get him out the door. He's not playing him. His absences are not because he's injured. It's because his agent came out in the media and said he wants to go, and Martial wants to go, and he's not happy here. So you know what, Martial, fuck off. Sorry, guys, but in all fairness, it's not. They've not gone about this the right way. In all honesty, and they should. They're going to have to leave now in disgrace. Tony Martial, not really in disgrace, but Tony Martial's probably going to end up at Sevilla, maybe on a loan with an option to buy. And Rangnick, I like how Rangnick is just coming out in this presser and coming out and just saying it how it is in regards to the players, and lots of links with players going away, and who wants to keep, who wants to stay, etc. He's just sort of saying it how it is, and it's pretty open. So I do like that. But anyway, so Tony Martial. Tony out. Let's be honest now. Hashtag Tony out. He's not really up to it, is he? Ralph Rangnick says Anthony Martial made it very clear that he wants to leave, but it's also a question of which kind of clubs are interested in him and the demands of the club. So when asked about it, let's have a look at it. So this is what he said in full. When asked about Tony Martial, he said, it depends. I think you understand that I don't want to talk about individual players in public. I know from some players that they would want to leave. We spoke about Eddie, and he knows I would definitely not let him go. For me, he's a highly important player for the rest of the season. Still playing in 3 competitions, so we'll definitely need Eddie. I would rather have another Eddie on top of that, sorry. But for me, it is clear Eddie has to stay. These are the words of Ralph Rangnick. He says, with regards to the other players, yes, our squad is maybe a little bit too big with regards to numbers, but we still have COVID to be wary of. We have 3 competitions, and we could do with a bigger squad maybe than in times without COVID. So very good points there from Rangnick, just saying how it is. Martial can do one, essentially, is what he said. You know, it depends. You have to understand you don't want to talk about individuals, but you know, some players want to leave, but in regards to Eddie, singled it out, he doesn't want him to leave. And on a similar note, he was asked about Donny van der Beek. Now, I don't know what your view is on Donny van der Beek, guys. Is it hashtag free Donny, or is it hashtag sell Donny? Let me know in the live chat. Have a vote. Hashtag free Donny, which means we should let him play, or hashtag sell Donny. The time is up, and we should just let him go, cash in, stop wasting our time. There's a lot of managers now, a lot of coaches who haven't really played Donny. But anyway, in regards to Donny, he actually had some positive things to say. This is not what he said about Tony, you know, the same as Tony Martial at all. He was asked a question. Donny van der Beek has only started twice in the Premier League in 2021. He's very popular with supporters. What does he have to do to get a chance to get in your formation? And he said, just work hard. So far, as I have got to know him, he has got a top mentality. He works hard in every training session. He is a team player through and through. There will be games where he will get his chance to play, I am sure. I also had a long conversation with him last week about that. And again, of course, it's difficult for him right now because he also wants to play for the Dutch national team. He wants to qualify himself and play in the World Cup in Qatar. And in order to do that, he needs to get game time here. But I still believe we should keep him. And he should stay here, definitely until the end of the season, and try to get as much game time as he possibly can. So, positive stuff from Ralph. He obviously doesn't think that Donny's a bad trainer. You know, we talked about that. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes, you know, previously in regards to working under the, you know, Solskjaer. Is he just lazy in training? Well, that's not what Ralph has said here. He said that he's worked hard so far and he's, you know, got to know him. He's got a top mentality and he works very hard in every training session. So, what makes me wonder even more, what the fuck was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer not doing, playing him more so? But anyway, Donny, though, he's, you know, he's an option there. I personally still think he's going to have to work his way into the side. You know, that's not Ralph Rangnick saying that Donny's going to get game time anytime soon. That's him saying that if he impresses him, if he has the right mentality, if he comes in and does the right job as and when and asked, he might be able to break his way into the team at some point. But it's positive stuff if you're Donny van der Beek hearing that sort of thing, because you know, that's what you want. You want to feel valued. You want to feel like you've got a place in the squad. And at this stage in his career, maybe he doesn't have to be the main man. He could just develop and, you know, have a hand in it. And as he gets better and gets given more game time, of course, he's going to have to get more games. He can't just get what he's been given so far this season. He's going to have to get more games. But if and when he does, then, you know, if he takes those opportunities, maybe he'll want to stay. Still, though, doesn't get away from the fact that Donny has shown in the past when Ollie was here that he's not happy with the fact that he's not playing games, and things haven't really got any better for him. So things would have to change in this January window. I think in January, Donny would have to get quite a few games in order to sort of want to stay here, because otherwise, what's he doing? But there you go, and he's got a good point there. Donny wants to get into that Dutch national side as well for the World Cup, and if he's going to do that, he's going to have to play. So one way or another, Donny's going to have to press enough to get into the side, or it's curtains for him, isn't it? I'm just going to get into the live chat, see what you guys think about some of these topics we're discussing here in regards to Donny, Martial, Cavani, etc. Have your say. Bernard Squad Battle Edition says, Donny is the Dutch bootstrap bill, part of the bench like a barnacle. Yeah, okay. Well, so you think he's just missed a backup? Every team's got to have one. It's just whether or not Donny wants to do that job in our squad. And I personally don't think he does, based on his reactions in the past about not playing. Simon Lee's travelling up from Wales at 10:30 a.m. He's travelling up to Manchester from the Valleys. Get in there, but hey, have a great day, Simon Lee. Enjoy it. I hope it's a great game for you, lad. Yeah, Erdem says we need him in the Dutch national team. Absolutely, and he's just not playing, is he? So he's not in the setup at the moment, which is a shame because he is a good player. Jarvis Cocker, hello to you. Happy New Year to you too. Yes, absolutely, mate. Great to see you too. Happy New Year. Hope you had a good one. Special One says, turn the volume up, mate. What do you mean we're coming through quiet? Guys, smash a 1 in the live chat if we're coming through okay and you can hear us all right. Let me know. You're confusing me. Also, we're nearly at 100 likes, guys. Do us a big favor if you're just joining in. There's 141 of you legends in here. Hit the like on the video. Do give us a boost up there on the YouTube algo. That would be much appreciated. Okay, we are coming through okay. Nice one, Simon. Excellent. Yes, please do. Please do. Right, thank you guys for that. Just wanted to double check. So yeah, basically, that's the latest in regards to Tony Martial, Cavani, and Donny from the manager. He also said, about Cristiano Ronaldo. He said today, I didn't see any reason why he shouldn't be able to play another game. Physically, he seems fit. He is doing everything. He's a top professional. He looks after himself and after his body. He eats the right things at the age of 36. I've never seen a player at this age, maybe Zlatan Ibrahimovic, a little bit older, but it's a different kind of player. But I don't see why he shouldn't be able to play 3 games in 8 days. But if at one stage we need to rest him, it's no problem. But then it's even more important to have Edinson in the squad. So listen, he's putting a lot of emphasis on Eddie here. He fucking loves a bit of Eddie Cavani, doesn't he? You know, I do too. Edinson Cavani's a very great player, and since he's come to United, he's been nothing but great for us, really. You know, like in terms of overall, when he's been called upon, when he's come in. I've got an El Matador poster on my wall, mate, because I just love the guy. Since he's come in, he's when he's had to sort of step up and make something happen, more often than not has done. I think he's just a very good player to have in the squad for now, especially for Rangnick. And like Rangnick says, if we're going to be playing 2 up top, even more important to have him. So you could be playing players like Rashford up the top there alongside Ronaldo, or alongside Cavani, maybe even Sancho. There's Greenwood as well. But really, I would like to see Cristiano and Edinson, Cavani given that main mantle when they're both fit. When we've got not too many games in quick succession where we don't have to rotate, I would like to see them given the mantle for the 2 proper strikers. Could be the next Cole and York guys for Manchester United, you know what I'm saying? Right, okay, so that's pretty much the latest in regards to what Rangnick said about the certain players we've discussed here and what their situations at the club. It's likely Edinson's going to be involved, obviously, with what's going on this season and what's going on tomorrow as well. So that's good news. I think Cavani and Ronaldo, there's such great players. If you can get the service to them that they require behind them, then they're just going to score goals for fun. So, yeah, good to see that. Good to see that. That would be brilliant. Okay. Other news, what I want to get into. Well, before we do, though, let's give a shout out to Jody Philander. Thank you very much for highlighted member comment here. He's been a member for 13 months. Come on, over a year, baby. Thank you very much, Jody, for supporting the channel. Says, hey, Pig, how's the BB doing? Feels good to be back. Jody, it's great to see you. Happy New Year to you, by the way, Jody. And thank you very much for being a member for over a year, bud. I really, really appreciate that, guys. Seriously, get your favourite Bacon Brigade emoji in there for Jody. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you supporting this show and helping us do what we do, mate. You're an absolute legend. Get in there, and great to see you back. Jody Philander. Right, okay, in regards to more team news, there's lots of team news here. Bruno Fernandes is obviously back in the side. It's suspected that he'll be back after that suspension. He didn't play in that Burnley game. He missed that one. So in regards to Bruno Fernandes, that's very likely that he plays. In regards to Victor Lindelof, he might feature, but he's just recovering from COVID, and it's unlikely that he's going to play, in my opinion. Also, Eric Bailly, I don't even think he's in Manchester right now. I think he is actually joining up with the Ivory Coast, isn't he, for the Africa Cup of Nations. So I don't think he's available. And then, you look at who we've got left at centre-back here. It's very, very gas-tastic, but we're going to get onto it in a minute, I suppose, when I get the team up on the screen. But it is frustrating, obviously. We've got Twanzebe out on loan. We've got some options, but in the end, it looks like we're going to have to play that fucking slabby Maguire again. But I want to just get onto a big topic, because it might be the case that Slabby Maguire is not actually playing. Let's have a look at this. So this is a photo that was snapped earlier on about an hour ago, and it basically is. This is on Twitter. And this is the Man United squad pictured at the Lowry arriving tonight. And everyone was pictured here, apart from a couple of people, Maguire being one of them, the big slab. And if he was there, you'd see it. The big slab not pictured, guys, which is interesting. Now, I don't know if we can really read too much into that. There has been incidences before where players have joined up slightly later for whatever reason, and they're just not arriving at the hotel with the squad. So, but it's possible that Slabby Maguire is not starting in the game tomorrow, which would be amazing. And based on form, I think the right thing to do, I don't really want to get, I don't really want to just get into a big slabby bashing fest, because my thoughts on him and I could do that all day. But in my opinion, it would be good if somebody else played in the game. But if you've got no Eric Bailly and no Lindelof available, then it just means that you have to play Harry Maguire. I mean, who else is there that you could play? So there's a possibility. We have seen Rangnick didn't he try Matic at centre-back for a game where he looked pretty gash. He was really, really slow, like a literal Serbian slabby Maguire. And then you've also got, you've got Mengi. Is Mengi available? Mengi could maybe be available and come in, I suppose. You've got Phil No Bones Jones. Phil No Bones Jones, guys, who could come in and play alongside Varane. So Varane's going to be coming back into it. That's pretty much got to be the case, really, because of the situation. So Varane's going to play. Plus, he's our best centre-back anyway. So Rafael Varane plays. And then it's a case of, is Harry Maguire going to play this game? I mean, it's very possible that he does, just based on the fact that there's not that many people available at the back. But based on form, he actually shouldn't be playing in this game. He should probably, in all reality, be benched. So in terms of, is it realistic that he starts? I don't know, really. He's not pictured here. I don't think you can read anything into that, to be honest. But it's a possibility that maybe he's not going to start in the game. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to actually get a poll in the live chat, though, peeps. So I'm going to get a poll in the live chat. Let's see. No Bones Jones will return, says Wakas Akram. So centre-back, I'm just going to put centre-back question mark, and this is what I'm going to ask you. Centre-back if Maguire dropped. And I just want to know what you guys think, really. Tell me who is the option. So there's Mengi, there's Matic, I suppose, who could drop back there, and Phil No Bones Jones. So I think, is there anybody else? Bailly's not really available because he's obviously, I think he's joining up with the Ivory Coast for the Africa Cup of Nations. And then Lindelof's just coming back from COVID. I don't think he's going to be available. So I think it's just those three, really. I think it's just those three. There you go. So I'll ask it in the live chat. Get your vote in there. I've just put a little poll up there, guys. Have a vote in the poll. Let me know your thoughts. Who should play alongside? Who should play alongside Varane if Maguire is indeed dropped? Let me know in the live chat. Who do you think would be the right person to start? Varane and Mengi, says Shazad Ahmed. I like that, to be fair. Yeah, the only time we've seen Mengi recently, he looked really good, actually. And he's a good young player. He could have a good future in the game. Primont, what's going on? Says maybe Heaton could play one match at centre-back. Well, he is a big lad, isn't he? He couldn't be any worse than Slabby Maguire, could he? 88 likes. Nice one, Rushminer. We're on our way to 100 likes. Everyone, smash that thumbs up button if you're just joining us. Thank you for the likes update there, Rushy. G-Wolf United, great to see you in here. Says, I bet Varane and Mengi. Yeah, it could well be the case. It's possible if Maguire's dropped that Mengi comes in. I would like to see it. But it's hard to really predict what's going to happen in that sense. I think if you look at the early votes as well, most people here would like to, see Mengi start in that game because he's just a young, good prospect. It's a shame, like I said, we don't have Twanzebe available. I don't know why we can't just, he's obviously still with Villa, isn't he? He's still with Villa. In fact, we've got a bit more information on that here. So let me just hide that for a second. But Axel Twanzebe will join Napoli. Deal agreed and completed since yesterday. Paperwork's now to be signed. Then medical will take place in Italy. Manchester United have accepted that. So just in regards to that, that's the latest, on Twanzebe. But why can't we just get him back for a few days? You know what I mean? Just get him back for a few days and stick him in there alongside Varane for a game. But anyway, no, you've got Mengi who could come in. There's Matic who could drop back. And there is Phil No Bones Jones. Get your Phil Jones emojis in the live chat, guys, if you want to see Phil. I mean, he hasn't touched a football for years, though. That's the problem, really. Like, obviously, other than in training. But he's not played a match really for a long, long time. Couple of years now. You can't really rely on him. You can't expect Phil Jones to be chucked in the game. But I would like to actually see Phil Jones given a chance at some point, just not in this capacity, maybe like from off the bench when we're 3-0 up or something in a game, and just ease him in, back him gently. You can't chuck Phil No Bones Jones in a game like this. I don't think it's asking for trouble. It's asking for trouble. Let's go, Phil Jones, says JRB. Hey, we hit 100 likes on the stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. Hey, NXT Jen says, hello, how are you today? And Mrs. P, all good, thank you, Next Gen, really appreciate you, I hope you're good. Alpha Metro says, honestly, Rashford is Illuminati and you guys have all, you what? That's a new stance. Tom says, I'm ready, Ralphie. Come on, Phil Jones, he wants that starting spot, doesn't he? We'll see, guys, in regards to the centre-back position, but it does look like maybe there could be a shuffle. Maybe there could be a bit of a change due to the fact Lindo's just had COVID, Bailly's joining up with Africa Cup of Nations for the Africa Cup of Nations, and Maguire's a complete slabby fridge. I mean, let's be honest, guys. I know a lot of people got different mixed opinions on Slabby, but his performance last game was absolutely poor. His performances recently have been bang average, and his performances over the course of the season have been absolutely gashtastic. And so it all adds up. It culminates in him not deserving to start the game, never mind him captaining the side. I'm all about, giving people opportunities and maybe sticking with players through a little bit of a rough patch. But this is not a rough patch. This is just rough. In all fairness, he's just not quite the standard that we require. So why give him an opportunity based on how he's performed? It's just awarding somebody their start for not really doing their job properly. And I'm not all about that. I'm all about playing players based on their form and how they're performing in the first team. That's what it should be about. So, but just to clarify, players who were pictured at the Lowry tonight by the MEN, you got De Gea, Henderson, Heaton, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Jones, Shaw, Tellez, Matic, Fred, McTominay, Lingard, Van der Beek, Fernandes, Sancho, Elanga, Cavani, Rashford, Greenwood, Ronaldo. But no slabbing to Maguire. No slabbing to Maguire there. So just a little bit of an interesting point I wanted to discuss and bring up there, guys, is that let's hope. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you think that we should drop Harry Maguire. Smash a 2 in the live chat if you think, based on who's available right now and the fact no Bailly, no Lindo perhaps, we should start him in this game. I personally think that we shouldn't start him, but I think we will start him. So that's actually what I think. I think we shouldn't start him, but I think we will start him, even though he's not been pictured here and drop. I think he's just going to start in the game. You can't always go on this. I think wasn't there. There's been a couple of times previously when players haven't been pictured at the hotel, arriving at the hotel, but they've still been available for match day. So thank you, Max Lorenz. Appreciate that. Yeah, classic, nice shirt. This one, old school. Thank you very much, Max Lorenz. Get in there. Steve Hall with a 1. Gareth United fan with a 1. Madhouse with a 2. Daniel Luciano, how you doing, mate? With a 1. All the ones in the world. So lots of people think that Slabby should be dropped. Okay, let me get into my team prediction for the game tomorrow then, guys. Coming up against Wolves. We're at home. It's got to be more Gagan. I think Ralphie's going to go, with his sort of 4-4-2 tactics. Before I get into that, we've got a super chat here. Thank you very much for getting in here, boss. It is from Forever Football DRFC. Get in there. Hey, hang on a second. Why is this not loading up with it on my comments on the monitor? There it is. Right, okay. So, thank you very much, Forever Football Doncaster Rovers fan. He says, hi, mate, Aaron here. This season, Doncaster are bottom of League One. 1 point away all season and on the verge of owner protest. Need a friend now. Oh, bless him. Bless him. Sorry to hear that, Doncaster. Having some problems, mate. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That is not good, is it? Forever Football, well, get yourself down pub foot, swift half, lad. Hey, Forever Football, thank you so much for getting in with your £5 super chat. You got a friend in me. Hey, everybody get a super chat emoji in there. Sorry to hear that your team is gash. Sorry to hear your team's gash, mate. I apologise. Yeah, bad luck, Aaron, mate. Thank you, Aaron, though. Appreciate that. Daniel Luciano with a 199 super chat as well says, you're a legend, and again, all the ones in the world. Daniel Luciano, thank you very much for that. That's very, very kind. Everyone also get a super chat emoji in there for Daniel Luciano as well. Thank you, Daniel. You absolute legend. Happy New Year to you too. Everyone get a Happy New Year in for everybody in here who's just not been here since the turn of the Happy New Year, because it is only the 2nd of Jan. I think it's acceptable to say Happy New Year to people on the 2nd of Jan, isn't it? You know what I mean? Even if I've already said Happy New Year to you all like 6 times yesterday and actually on New Year's Eve. But anyway, let's have a look at this then. So in terms of the team lineup that I think he's going to select, this is it, guys. This is it. That's not it. This is it. So let's have a look at this. I've knocked this up. Not knocked this out. I knocked this up. And it's just, I think this is what he's going to go for. Who knows? There probably will be some changes. Like we said, Maguire's not even pictured arriving at the hotel with the squad. So it's he might not. He might actually be dropped. But I think De Gea obviously starts. He's a shoo-in. Based on sort of recent form at left back, Telles has done well. He is with the squad, but so is Shaw. And I've just got a feeling that Luke Shaw starts in the game just because he looked really good in the last game. He created lots of chances and he sort of gave us a bit more than Telles did in the previous game before, even though Telles, in terms of form, has looked better over the last 5 games that they've played. It's just that Luke Shaw hasn't really played any other than that one for a while. But I would go with Luke Shaw. I'm going to ask you in the live chat, though, guys, have your say. Who do you think should start at left back? Because that is a point of contention, It depends what Rangnick fancies and who he wants to reward for their they're both in decent form. I think he's got good competition there. It's healthy to have that competition. But who do you think should start in the game tomorrow? Telles or Luke Shaw? Let me know what you guys think. Right, okay, so Shaw left back, I think, is going to be the man. Maguire starting at centre back alongside Varane. Varane's got to come in based on the fact that Bailly's away, Lindo's coming back from COVID and all the rest of it, so probably isn't 100%. It probably isn't really going to be available for selection. Slabby Maguire is gash, doesn't deserve to start, but because of the fact that the only other options are really to drop Matic back. Mengi's a youngster coming in, which is what I do, but don't think that's really going to happen from Rangnick. He might do it though. Or Phil Jones. Phil Jones coming in there at centre back, because that's the only other option really. I actually think Maguire does start in the game. He is the captain at the moment. We haven't heard anything other from from Rangnick about dropping Maguire or taking the captaincy from him. So I think it's fair to say that Slabby Maguire is probably still in Rangnick's plans. But we don't know. We don't know. Like I say, he's been pictured arriving at the Lowry. Not been pictured arriving. He's been pictured not with the squad arriving at the Lowry. So I think that he still starts though. What do you guys think about that? Do let me know what you guys think in the live chat. Have your say. Get your thoughts and opinions in there. Oh, excuse me, guys. Maguire, Varane, start centre-back then, and then Dalot at right-back. Dalot at right-back. He is, of course, in good form. He actually did an interview with Manchester United saying that this is the best time that he's ever had at Manchester United. He's in good spirits, good form. He's enjoying his football, and he deserves to play, in my opinion. Wan-Bissaka came in last game. Looked okay, did well. Can't really fault him, but Dalot, I think, based on the form, based on what he's done, based on the fact we should be on the front foot in this game, we should be gegenpressing, high up the pitch, in their face, at Old Trafford at home against Wolves tomorrow. I would say, Dalot makes perfect sense to start in this one. So, again, I'm going to ask you in the live chat. I can see most people want Shaw to start. 133 says Shaw centre-back? No way. Yeah, not Shaw centre-back in a 4 at the back system. I could see Shaw playing in a 3 at the back system as a left-sided centre-back. He's done that before, decent as well. But I don't think in a 2 at the back system it's good enough. Plus, he's a bit of a short ass. So in regards to Luke Shaw, Telles, we found out, I think most of you guys would like to see Telles there. But in regards to the other side of the pitch, tell me who you think should start in the game. I think Dalot. Let me know what you guys think. Wan-Bissaka or Dalot. Who is your man at right back? Let me know in the live chat really quickly. Man, I can vote things right in my way. I'm going to vote for Mengi. Okay, so it's actually pretty close. I'm just going to end that vote, actually, guys, because it's in my face. I'm going to end it. So 41% of the live chat want Mendy at centre-back, 25% want Matic, 34% want Phil No Bones Jones to start. But I think that's just for the memes. I think you just want it for the memes, the 34% that voted there, don't you? You don't really want Phil Jones to start. You just want to see it for the memes. I see. I get you. Anyway, I'm going to end that poll there. Mengi wins. I agree with you, but I still think that Maguire probably does start. But if he is dropped, then that would be good. So, looks like most of you would like Dalot. Dalot says Gareth. Spider for you says Primot. Wan-Bissaka says Dan. Dalot says Gareth. Dallas says Max. Dalot says Johnny. Wan-Bissaka centre-back. Interesting as a maybe in the future, but, you can't expect him to adapt early on so quickly like that. But maybe in the future. I mean, the thing is, he's a great defender. That's the thing with Wan-Bissaka, is defensively he's boss. One-on-one defending, he's amazing. He's got these crazy long limbs like a spider who just manages to just win the ball when he shouldn't a lot of the time. He's just a really naturally great defender. But going forward, vision, execution-wise and all that sort of stuff, I personally don't think he's all that. He's good, he's okay, but he's not great. We need something better going forward. To be fair, he's still young himself. He could develop that part of his game significantly over the next few years and be that player all-round encompassing boss right back in the world football. He could. He's still young enough to do that. But, you know, early doors, we've got better attacking fullbacks than Wan-Bissaka. It's a tough call. Tellez, left wing back, Shaw, centre back, says Gareth. NXT Gen 22, thank you so much for the cool guys super sticker. I really appreciate that. Let's get a super sticker emoji in there. Thank you very much, Next Gen. Thank you so much for getting in here. Nice one. Shaw's 6 foot. Shaw's not 6 foot, big god Bob. You got to be taking the piss. He's 5'8" in a Rizzler paper, that guy. What are you talking about, big god Bob? No way is he that tall. Dude, no way. No way. I'm sorry he's not. Maybe 5'10", surely. That's what he tells people, maybe. Okay, so yes, 120 likes. Get in there, everyone. Thank you, Rushmano. We've got 120 likes on the stream. Hit the like button, guys. If you're just joining the stream, help us get to 150. Also, if you're new to this channel, do hit that subscribe button. We're on here every day with all the latest United news. We'll give you the latest goings on. We're on here again tomorrow for the watch along, of course, at 5 p.m. So get yourself involved for that if you're around. But okay then, so yeah, it looks like most people would like Dalot to start in that one. In terms of the rest of the team then, I've gone for McTominay and Matic in the centre of the park. McTominay was amazing last game out. You've got to reward performances. He has to start. He was absolutely amazing, wasn't he? He was like Muck Zidane out there. It was quite a joy to behold. He was, you know, creating chances. Some of the strikes he had on goal were brilliant. He scored. He also sat the other goal with another great strike on goal, which was tipped onto the post for Ronaldo's tap-in. He just generally ran the midfield as well, won the ball back loads in midfield, got it forward loads. He was very, very impressive and effective. Now, that was only against Pig and Burnley, so we're going to have to do it against better teams, you know, but I want to see him do that. He deserves to start, he deserves to play. Scotty McTominay has to start based on his game last time out. And then you've got Matic alongside him. He's a little bit of a cooler head, can control the ball a little bit more. I personally think Fred also might be a big looking for this game. He didn't play last time out. Rangnick has liked Fred and played him quite a bit recently, and Fred's obviously, you know, looked good overall under Rangnick, apart from the last game that he played when he was taken off at half-time, because he was absolute dog turd in that game. But every other game that he's played under Rangnick, he's actually done, you know, he's done okay. So I think that Fred might be looking for this game also. He was asked about Donny in the press conference as well, and he said that Donny van der Beek has opportunities in this team too, or that he thinks he's a good player and he's going to have to work hard to get into the team. So I don't necessarily think he's going to start him in this one, but he might give him some opportunities from the bench. But it could be Fred and McTominay. It could be that classic McFred. I don't really like seeing it, but, you know, if it should be good enough to get the job done against Wolves, as long as they're in form, as long as McTominay can reach anywhere near the level that he did in the last game, and if Fred doesn't have an absolute howler, they'll probably be all right, won't they, guys? So we'll have to wait and see. But it could easily be a different midfield to that, is all I'm saying. It could easily be a different midfield. Right then, and in front of that, I've gone for Bruno and Sancho. Bruno coming back into it. It's not like Bruno's an absolute shoo-in, because based on form, he's been gashed too recently. But he is a class player, and he had a game out there due to suspension. You know, he's probably raring to go. I think this is a game where Bruno Fernandes just sets the game alight, to be honest. I think we're going to see the best of Bruno again. I could be wrong, but I do think he's a classy player who's just had a bit of bad form recently. And I think if you actually look at, you know, his role in the squad, it's a very, very important one and a very big one, and we should embrace that. He's one of the biggest players. He's one of the first names on the team sheet, in my opinion, and we should absolutely be trying to you know, give him games to get back into form here, and Rangnick should be sticking with him. Next to him, of course, I've gone with Sancho, because Jadon Sancho is in good form recently. He's probably, you know, the informed player when you compare him to somebody like Greenwood, who could be getting in the team here. I think Sancho looks slightly more informed. Not to say that Greenwood's not been doing okay, but Sancho's looking good. So I would start Sancho if I was Rangnick. And then up top, I've gone with Cavani and Ronaldo. We've heard his words about Cavani in his presser. He's obviously desperate to keep hold of him. He wants to keep him. That's why he played him against Burnley, to show him, you know, his importance in the squad. And I think he wants Ronaldo and Cavani to build up that understanding, build up that relationship, and become a quality partnership. So he's probably going to stick with them more often than not. You could see Rashford coming back into this side, maybe for you know, Sancho there. It could be Rashford and Bruno, or, you know, who knows? But I think this is probably what he's going to go with, based on sort of form and what we've got available. What do you guys think about the team lineup there? And let me know where you think he might make some changes to this. Do get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat. Oh, I've got a cold today, guys. I'm freaking ill. Excuse me. I'm melting. Hopefully it's not the vid. Excuse me. Oh, am I still on camera? Damn it. Anyway, so right, there's the team lineup, guys. Let me know what you guys think about it. Do have your say. Get your thoughts and opinions in. Is there somebody missing that you would like to see? Primot, I agree with you. He says Sancho has to start again. Just based on his recent form, he does look much better than some of the other options we've got, like Greeners or Rashi. So for that reason, I agree with you. Josephine says, mate, you got COVID. Hopefully not, Josephine. That's a bit of a presumption, isn't it? I could just have a cold. You know, I'm snotty, to be fair. It's not like a hacking cough or anything. Steady on. Although I should probably have a test. I have got some tests. Maybe I'll do one in a bit. All right? You happy now, Josephine? Anyway, right. So, Maguire out, says Edgar. Absolutely, my friend. Get Maguire out. Can't stand the guy. He's bringing this club down, man. Honestly, he's bringing the standard of this club down. If you allow that guy to be your captain and allow that guy to start in games, then he's bringing the standard of the club down, really, because he doesn't perform to the standard that we require. Right, okay then. So also just wanted to mention this. So Axel 20 was not in the Aston Villa squad today. Obviously, deal with Napoli close, but there's also been late interest from another Italian club as well as from Germany and France. Whatever happens, looking likely he'll move in this window, but it looks like Axel 20 is going to Napoli at this stage. So, just to give the update there, it's a shame that he's not really available. I don't really understand why we don't just recall him and then try and sell the slab, to Leicester City or something like that. Or, if you look at the situation we've got with COVID and injuries and, we've got a couple of players at centre-back who are injury-prone, people like Eric Bailly and Raphael Varane, it does make sense to have a bit of cover there, doesn't it? Oh. Right, so let's get into the next bit of the show. Actually, before I do, I'm going to cover the transfer news because we've got a bit of transfer news as well. But before I do, actually, let's get into the live chat, cover the reaction to the preview here, see what you guys are thinking for the game tomorrow. But come on, United. Like we say, we can't slip up in this one, to quote that fucking Scouser, because, we've got to win these games against the teams we need to beat. And if we win them, we'll go into the top four. We just got 2 games to catch up and get above Arsenal again. Liverpool and Chelsea dropped a couple of points. If we capitalise and actually get some ground made up on these guys, then we'll be looking a lot better after those next 2 wins. But you've got to win the games, guys. You've got to win the games. Okay, let's get into the live chat, guys. Get your thoughts and opinions in. We're going to have a mini Q&A here. We're going to have a mini Q&A. I'm just going to move this over here for anybody who's getting in that wants to see the lineup there. And then we're going to get into the live chat, guys. But yeah, I'm pretty unwell today. I've had a fucking nightmare yesterday, so I stayed up until God knows what time. I think 10 a.m. I went to bed this morning. I just couldn't sleep, so I was on YouTube until like 5:30 a.m. streaming, trying to unwind and chill and stuff. And I just couldn't sleep. And then I've slept until like 5 p.m., 4:30, 5 p.m. I just woken up feeling like gash. So yeah, so that's my situation right now. And I missed some United news. I'm gutted about. Basically, I'm gonna take the night off FIFA tonight, guys, because I'm just feeling a bit under the weather, feeling a bit run down. It's gonna rest up and also try and get my body clock sorted out a little bit more, and so I can get up earlier in the day tomorrow, do a United news video before the game, because there probably will be some new stuff that's going on in the afternoon or in the morning. And then I'll get on and do the game and try and get my body clock a little bit sorted out. So there's not going to be any FIFA streams going on after like 3 a.m. that much anymore. Maybe we have to end at Steve Austin time, 3:16 a.m. Maybe we have to end there because I've got to get to bed earlier, guys. It's killing me, guys. Yeah, Primot. Well, we'll do that on the next one, bro. We'll do it on the next one. She did say, I think she's not even around tonight, dude. We'll do it on another one some point. It's no biggie. No FIFA tonight. Then not tonight, Jay, but tomorrow it'll be back. We'll do it, 11 p.m. till like latest 3 a.m., but more likely 2:30 a.m. that sort of time. And then we'll do an afternoon show as well in terms of the Man United news, and also an evening Man United news show throughout the January transfer window, and then also cover other stuff as and when it breaks. So that's pretty much we're still doing FIFA every night. It's just going to be not till 5:30 a.m. I literally streamed until 5:30 a.m. last night, guys. I did a really long stream. Just stuff like that. I mean, it'd have to end and cut off at like 3 a.m., sensible time. Ellie, how's it going? Great to see you in here too. I hope you're having a good night, Ellie. Thank you for joining us. And Eddie's Football Waffle as well. What's going on, Eddie? Great to see you guys. Happy New Year. Yeah, Eddie says, Pigo, your health is key. Look after yourself. Thank you very much, Eddie. Yeah, I know. That's it, mate. Got to get the old routine sorted out, don't I? Thank you, broski. Max Soren says, how do people on YouTube watch the stream and chat simultaneously. Any tips? Not really, mate. It's just one of those things you've got to practice, really. And it's still, you'll never get perfect at it. It's just like multitasking in the brain is hard, especially if you're a bloke. I think women are better at multitasking in general, but men, I can't multitask for toffee. You're going to get timed out. Okay, I'm going to time you out, Spurs. Come on, don't spam it up in the live chat, especially with none of that come on you Spurs guff, mate. Fair play to you, though, but you have been timed out for 5 minutes. Please don't spam. Right, okay then. So I'm just going to get into the latest transfer news and stuff, guys. So, yeah, so Axel Twanzebe will join Napoli. It does look like it. There has been some late interest from other clubs as well, though, so we'll have to wait and see. But it does look like Napoli is the destination. Paperwork's now to be signed, and medical will take place in Italy. Manchester United have accepted 500k loan fee until June. Right, so I don't know if you saw this earlier, guys, but there's lots of reports coming out about Manchester United and Barcelona being sort of in talks about the possibility of maybe doing some sort of swap deal or some sort of make-weight deal for Anthony Martial and Ousmane Dembele. And it seems to be picking up a bit of traction. Apparently, United are talking with the agents of Ousmane Dembele and talking with Barca about the possibility of bringing him in there. I personally do not really want him. He's on a shitload of cash. He's on a couple $100,000 a week, I think. He's going to be an expensive player. He's also injury prone. You know, I just don't really think it's a good signing for us right now. We need to get midfielders, and even in the summer, I don't want to see him coming in. I want to see us get a midfielder. Get some young players who are not that he's not young, but just some young, some up and coming players in the right positions. We shouldn't just be signing bigger named players just because they're available. I mean, he's only 25, right? But I think is he 25? Actually, I'm not too sure how old he is. How old is Ousmane Dembele? Let's take a look. Not actually too sure. He's not that old, though, is he? 24. He's 24, right? Okay. So, yeah, he's still pretty young himself. But the problem with him is he is an injury-prone player. And, he's just one of those sort of fair-weather players, unfortunately. We don't really need those. We've got a couple of those already. And it does leave you a bit short sometimes when they're constantly in the physio room, So I just don't really want to see that happen. But he is free to negotiate with other clubs at this moment in time. So... they've obviously got Torres in from Manchester City. The France international is demanding something like 40 million euros a year contract alongside a big sign-on bonus because, negotiations at the Camp Nou have stalled because he's got 6 months left on his contract there, basically. He's free now to speak to clubs abroad to sign on in the summer. It's believed that he's wanting something like 40 million euros a year. So, big money we're talking about here. No transfer fee, obviously, because you could get him on a free in the summer. No, nothing like that. But in terms of agent fees and upfront fees and wages, it would be astronomical. So I just don't think it's very good value for Manchester United to look at this guy, even though he's only 24. It's just that It's we don't need another injury-prone player. That's my biggest thing about him. I can see him having one of those careers just blighted by injury. But also, we've got some players at the squad that I think could be really good to develop for us going forward. Like, for instance, Sancho. Like, if you sign somebody like Sancho, why the hell would you go and get Dembele? Or you've got Greenwood, you've got Rashford, Cavani and Ronaldo are still here at this moment in time. So why would you go and get Dembele? It doesn't really add up to me. Let me know what you guys think in the chat then. Let's just get into the chat quickly and see what you guys think about Dembele. Do you want Dembele? Yes or no? Would you take Dembele at Manchester United? Yes or no? Let me know. Raja Gopal says, we will win against Wolves. Told you, pig. Donny in a swap deal, says Gareth United fan. Fair play. Yeah, well, there's other talks. It's not just, there's Donny. Donny van der Beek, I suppose, is one of the players that could be used. Jesse Lingard, Tony Martial. There's a bunch of players that could go out the other way to various different clubs if that was on the cards. So, yeah, interesting. Flash with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Flash. Flash, he will save every one of us. Says, I heard there was news of Haaland possibly coming. Any confirmation of news? You know what? No, that is not really true, and it's not going to happen, mate. I'm sorry to say. So the latest update we have. Thank you, Flash, for the super chat, by the way. Everybody get a soo in there, please, everybody. Thank you very much. So this is the situation with Haaland, seeing as you just brought it up. Not that one. This one. So this is actually just 9:08 p.m. Fabrizio Romano tweeted. This is the latest I've seen. Thank you, by the way, to Matty Rushmano for sending me this just before the stream started, because that's where I saw it. But it's Erling Haaland is not leaving in January, despite some rumours. He has not decided his next club yet, and there are no pre-arrangements with Real Barca. It's an open race. Decision won't be made in January. So this is going to be not a January thing. I don't think it's going to be a January thing with Erling Haaland. I think he is probably going to leave Dortmund in the summer, but I think it's going to be in the summer. It's not. January's not really the time that a big, massive money move like that usually takes place. I guess it could happen if a club really wants their man. But if you look at Man City this season, Man City is one of the most realistic destinations for him as well. In the summer, but not now really. I mean, they're sitting top of the table pretty. They're not really going to go and spend the hundreds of millions. It's not hundreds of millions actually. His release clause is what? Is it 70 or something? But, in terms of that and then the extra wages and all the rest, because his wage is going to be massive. So, yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen until the summer either. And then Real or Barca could be interested, sure. But, so just quickly in regards to that, Flash, seeing as you super chatted about it, I don't think it's going to happen in January, my friend, but he's definitely going to move somewhere in the summer, and it probably will not be to Manchester United. Let's just be honest now, it probably will not be to United. There's other destinations which will be able to pay the money, but also other destinations which maybe for him, and particularly his grubby little agent, make a bit more sense also. But unless Manchester United do something really cool this season, like get close to winning the league and maybe win the Champions League, I can actually see us being able to pull off a signing like that if we've got that sort of level of competition and being able to actually tussle and mix it with the best teams in the world. But there's just at this moment in time, there is teams that are a little bit ahead of us, and we have to be honest about that. And if you're a player from the outside looking in, maybe it would be best suited to go to one of those top teams to guarantee you getting some trophies, really, compared to this at the moment, which, even with Ronaldo and Cavani and all the rest of us in there, it's still looking like we're a little bit of a way off. So I don't know. I don't know personally if I don't think Haaland's realistic to sign for United, but I definitely don't think he's coming in Jan to anywhere. Sing Game says Haaland to United in the summer if we get top four. I don't want to think where he goes if we don't get top four. Yeah. I mean, I personally don't think that's enough to convince someone like Haaland to come, because he does want to add trophies to his career. I suppose if you paid him more than anybody else, he probably would come, but I don't think United would be prepared to do that. And if you look at, even City, I'm sorry to say, at this moment, they probably do need a long-term striker at some point. You look at their overall finishers in the league over the last 5 years, and obviously, it's more realistic that if you're a player going in, you would win a trophy under Pep at City than you would under Rangnick at United right now at this moment. Hopefully that changes in 6 months, like you say, if we, do well. But I just don't think it's that realistic that we get Haaland myself. And nor do I think we even should. I hate that Mino Raiola guy. He's an absolute grub. Hey, we're 7 likes away from 150 likes, everyone. Smash that thumbs up button on the stream if you haven't done so. Appreciate you. Do hit the like if you haven't. Zayn Miassi. Hey, how's it going there, Zayn Miassi? I missed that, dude. Zayn Miassi with a maraca shaking super sticker here. What's going on, Zayn Miassi? Thank you very much for getting in here. Appreciate you. Guys, can we get a soo in there? Commiserations yesterday, Zayn Miassi. So nice one. Yes, fucking, to be fair, I'm not really sure, that wasn't the best result really, but because just, walking away with it now. But for us, realistic propositions are getting in top four. It was a great result. Obviously, Arsenal dropping points. So you look at the league table now, 35 points is what Arsenal are on, having played 20 games. United have played 2 less games. We're on 31 points, so 4 games behind. If we beat Wolves, we'll be on the same amount of points as Arsenal with a game in hand. No, that's not right. Sorry, that's bad math. If we win that game, we'll be 1 point behind them. And if we win both of the games, we'll be 2 points ahead of them. So that is the situation as it is. So come on, United. There you go. We're going to get back above Arsenal here with a couple of wins. Good to see. Good to see Arsenal bottle jobbing it again. Now, they've done well recently, to be fair. They have done well recently. And maybe a bit of injustice. Same, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate you getting in here. Get us all in the live chat. MCFC says, come on, you. I'm not even going to read that. Yeah. Sing Game says, unlucky, really, Arsenal, to be honest, but happy they lost. Puts us above them now. Exactly, that's it. It's obviously more realistic that we don't challenge for the title, so it's more realistic we're in a top 4 race this season. That's what we need to to get in on, really, yeah. Man United, Hodge getting in here with a $5 Aussie dollar super chat, mate. Thank you so much for getting in here, bro. He says tomorrow could be Jones and Varane at the back. I mean, he couldn't do any worse than the slab, but he'll probably show up STPD concrete slab of a mount. What's STPD concrete? I don't even know, but I'm guessing it's some Aussie shit. Hey, fair play of my son. Yeah, he is a proper concrete slab of a mount. There you go. I think it would be cool to see somebody else come in at centre-back. I'm not so sure about Jones, but, you know, Rangnick's sort of keen on playing some youngsters and maybe developing younger players as well. He could give a game to Mengi here. I think Mengi's good enough to come in and do a job, do a good game. You know, he's very quick. He's very physical. We've only seen a little bit of him in the first team, but from what I have seen, he looks good. So I would give him a chance. But then again, Maguire's fit. He's the captain of the squad. You know, you've got players like Lindelof who are out, Bailly who are out, Varane who's just come back in. It's realistic that Maguire starts if he's available. But as I've said, guys, let me just get rid of the team and put this up again for anybody who's just getting in here. There is a possibility that Harry Maguire obviously is dropped simply because, you know, photos earlier suggest that at the hotel where the team obviously stayed the night before the game, players arriving, and Maguire is not part of that party, so to speak, of people turning up at the hotel. So there you go. So a lot of players pictured, but not Harry Maguire in amongst them. That's quite interesting. Man United Hodge, thank you very much for getting the Aussie Dozzy Dollar super chat in there, mate. Let's get some cheeky little soos in there for him. Thank you, bro. Talk MU, how you doing? Good to see you too. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have the night off tonight, guys. I'm coming down with something. I'm definitely under the weather, so gonna rest up tonight, guys. We'll be back for the watch along to tomorrow, of course, at 5 o'clock. So make sure you get in with that. There'll be no FIFA tonight, but there will be FIFA tomorrow and every other night this week as normal. Just not tonight, guys. I'm gonna take the night off. But anyway, we've got plenty more previewing to do. I've got more transfer news to discuss here, actually. So let's get into that quickly before I get back into live chat for a Q&A. Okay, let's talk about this, guys. So we talked about that. You know, there's a possibility, of course, that we're in for Ousmane Dembele. Not really too keen on that idea myself. Really don't fancy it at all. Few different outlets reporting that Manchester United are increasingly confident in bringing Declan Rice in the summer. We could splash the cash. Just a little hearsay sort of story. Here's one from 442.com, and you know about Declan Rice here that Manchester United could spend £100 million on this guy in the summer. I mean, it's all just speculation and BS. He's obviously not coming in January, but in the summer, Declan Rice is a player that we should maybe be looking at. He's young. He's doing a great job, obviously. You know, for somebody so young as well in the Premier League week to week. So I think you gotta hope to try and sign something like that, but not for that sort of money, and not right now. It's not realistic. Also, you know, more about Julian Alvarez. So Manchester United will pay Julian Alvarez 20 million release clause next week. This is reports that are coming out. So there are some, obviously we're talking about Julian Alvarez, the young Argentinian guy from River Plate who's sort of tearing it up. And we were talking about him, lots of different clubs being interested in him, United being one of them. That might happen, 17 to 20 million release clause, something like that. So you could see him coming in. But again, a whole host of clubs interested in bringing that guy in. Also, Liverpool are actually keeping tabs. This is what from Fabrizio Romano said. He says Liverpool are keeping tabs on Jude Bellingham. And so are Spanish clubs, but Manchester United, Manchester City, and Chelsea are as well. So, you know, everybody into Jude Bellingham. We should be into Jude Bellingham too. That sounds wrong, doesn't it? We should be interested in signing Jude Bellingham in this summer is what we should be doing. You know, we should look at this guy. I keep talking about this guy. He's young. He's homegrown. You know, he's English. You know, you've got to go with the future stars, the prospects. He looks like he could be one of those future stars. Now, not right now, but in the summer, I think Manchester United should be looking at that guy. But loads of different clubs interested in Jude Bellingham. Smash a 1 in the live chat if you'd like to see Jude Bellingham, you know, sign for Manchester United at some point. I'd like to see him sign now, actually, in this January window. I mean, we've got some bargaining chips. It'd be so cool if Man United were able to do some big business like that, like some surprising business. Like, we all think we might pick up a cheap player like a Kamara or someone like that in this window, but wouldn't it be quite something if we did get an actual quality, you know, not saying Kamara's not a quality player, by the way, he seems like a really good player, but just, you know, a really, really exciting signing like Jude Bellingham or, you know, I don't know, a Wilfred Ndidi or a Neves or something, just something quite exciting in this January window would be really cool. And we've got some players that could go in the opposite direction. People like Lingard, people like Tony Martial. There's others too. So you never know. I wouldn't rule it out, but it's very unlikely. It's very unlikely. So, that's basically the latest sort of bits of transfer information that have come through, really. Erling Haaland is not looking to likely that he's going to be leaving in January, going anywhere. And just the other things we talked about there, obviously there's still the same situation with Tony Martial. Sevilla still have interest. Barcelona may be still sniffing around Tony Martial as well. We might be looking to use him as a make weight for some other deals that we could be interested in. We're supposedly keen on Ousmane Dembele. We're supposedly interested in maybe De Jong. So there's some possibility of doing some sort of swap there, maybe with some players we've got. And then there's a whole host of other midfielders that we could bring in this summer. There's Hedera, there's Kamara, and there's various other players as well that we're linked to. So we should see an exciting transfer window. Obviously, for now, we've got this squad. There's nothing, no imminent signings right now. The January window, it's open, and we haven't signed anyone. There's nothing imminent right now. We've got the squad probably for the next week or two at least before anybody could possibly be added. It might even be a case of, like, at the end of the January transfer window, getting some business done like we did with Bruno that time. So we have to wait. We have to wait and see, guys. But that's the latest sort of transfer updates. The same situation. Looks like Donny's staying for now, unless he wants to go. Ralph's giving him a sort of seal of approval, so to speak, for now. Count Cavani looks like he's staying. Obviously, really desperate to keep hold of him until the end of the season. Everyone is really. Rangnick is, and us fans are as well. I think he'd be a really good squad player for us to keep around, and if we want to actually try and challenge for things on all fronts. And then elsewhere, there's other players. Martial could go. Dean Henderson. Juan Mata is supposedly not very happy about only having 2 appearances so far this season and maybe could go in this Jan window as well. There's a few players, guys. We'll give you the latest updates as and when it comes. I just wanted to mention it, give you a quick rundown of the day's transfer news. This is a preview for the Wolves game, but I just wanted to give you a quick bit of info on the latest situation at the club. So that's all that there really is. Manchester United linked with a few midfielders, bunch of random players, but nothing concrete or imminent right now at all. Right, so let's get rid of that. I'm going to put that there, actually. Put that there so we can see the live chat. Right, guys, we're going to get into a Q&A now. So everyone, do us a massive favour. Smash that like button. There's 200 of you legends in here right now. Thank you very much for joining us and getting in here. Let's see if we can get 200 likes on the stream. Sorry, I'm a bit under the weather, a bit low energy. I'm just feeling a bit gashed up. So forgive me. But we're going to stick around for another 10 minutes or whatever, or 10 minutes or so. And have a bit of a Q&A with you legends. So do get your thoughts in. I've been rabbiting away for the best part of an hour now, sick in my own voice. Let's hear what you guys think now. Let's hear what you guys think. Also, hit the sub if you're new, peeps. We're on our way to 50,000 subscribers. We have hit 49.8. So if you're new to this channel, please do us a massive favor and smash the subscribe button. Even if you don't like me, at least sub and help us get to 50k. Even if you think this is shit, just subscribe and then forget about it. You don't even have to watch it ever again. Anyway, thank you very much. Yeah, please do hit the sub and smash that like button. That'll give us a boost up there too. Nice one. Have a good look at Ruben Neves tomorrow, says Madhouse. Ruben Neves, yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're coming up against him, obviously. I think Ruben Neves is a classy player. I'm very interested in signing that guy for Manchester United and have been for a couple of years, to be fair. And he's a good sort of age. He's got that Portuguese connexione with people like Dalot, Bruno, Ronaldo. It makes a bit of sense. Yeah, Sing Game says 200 more subs. That's all we need, baby. Dana, 200 more subs, baby. And it's Red Panty Night. 100k for 2023. Get in. Yes, absolutely. So my target is 70k by the end of 2022, which is a high target. But that's what I'm going for. And then I guess the target, 100k would be the end of 2023. That makes sense. Let's go with that. Mamasini says, how many new midfielders do we really need? 3 good? Well, maybe at least 2. And it depends on what else you're going to do too. I'd say at least 2. So think about this. If Pogba goes in the summer, which is likely, we're going to need, that's 1 player down. There's Matic, who probably will be going at some point in the future as well. Maybe in the summer, but maybe, I think probably in the summer. That's potentially another midfielder down. And then you've got Fred and McTominay, Donny. Are these guys really up to the standard? Well, I think we need to sign somebody, especially in a Ralph Rangnick system where he needs like athletic pressers. And, I think we do not quite have the right recipe for Ralf Rangnick's proper gegenpress system at this moment in time. Don't think we've got quite the right recipe. So that goes from the top down as well. Cristiano Ronaldo is not exactly the ideal type of player to do that for us at his age and everything. Rashford, I'm not so sure. He's going to have to develop his game a little bit, obviously. So Greenwood, all these guys, they're just a little... They're going to have to adapt. They're going to have to adapt, which I think they will. But we need to sign some players who are more Ralf Rangnick style players, players that he likes already, players that he's signed before, players that he's got a relationship with, such as, like that Amadou Haidara guy. Aman Rathor 423 says, subscribe. Thank you very much for hitting that sub button, Aman Rathor. I really appreciate that, dude. Get in there. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express. Please do keep your arms and legs and all other appendages inside the vehicle at all times. And hang on to your seats, baby. Big God Bob says, heard Ronaldo has never lost non-international game whilst captain. What the fuck? Is that true, Big God Bob? I mean, that can't be the case. So you're telling me when he's been a captain at Madrid and a captain of any game, for just any random game, he's never lost? That can't be right. Do you think we should take Rudiger, says Aidan Feeney? I mean, yes, if he was available. If Chelsea were prepared to let him go to the rival like that, then yes, I would. I think we could do a lot worse. I mean, I think Harry Maguire is a big letdown. He's a big slab of a man who's really slow, and he's just not really the standard that we need. Listen, he's not bad. He's actually not bad. He wouldn't be in the England team doing well at major tournaments if he was a bad player. I'm just saying he's not a good enough standard consistently to be Manchester United player. You've got to do it to a better level more often, and he doesn't. So for that reason alone, he should be sacked off. Move like Jagger for the camera. You what, Robin? Finney says we can smash 70k. Come on, yes. Hopefully by the end of 2022, we will hit 70k, mate. We went up about 20,000 subscribers in 2021. Believe it or not, it's an amazing year, for the channel and the growth and stuff, and hopefully 2022 will be the same, so hopefully 70k is realistic, Finney McCross now, and then maybe 100k by the end of 2023. That's what I'm going for anyway. If I don't hit it, guys, like I said, I'll be sorry, I had the buzzing wire thing going on there. I'll be very happy with the community we've got here as it is, but you always want to see it going in the right direction, though, don't you? But anyway, you want Rudiger, says Max Arentz. Mamacini says, should we invest properly in a top centre-back just to be less dependent on the slabby captain? 100% Mamacini. And we should give the captain to somebody else, like Ronaldo for now, or Bruno long-term. We should do something else. But in terms of the dependency we have on Slabby Maguire, definitely, it's almost like we've got an obligation to play him just because of his price tag and the wages that he's on. Doesn't really make sense. We should actually have somebody who's just better. I think Varane was a really great signing. If we can keep him fit, which we probably will never be able to, but if we can keep him fit, he's just a great player. But unfortunately, we've got a problem with the partner for him. Maybe Lindelof. I tell you what, out of all of them, I can actually see Lindelof forming a decent partnership with Varane. Or Bailly. I think Bailly would form a brilliant partnership. But he's just, both of them are so injury prone, you can't rely on them. So maybe Lindo's the one. For now, I'm not talking about, in the future. I'm not saying Lindelof's good enough. He has improved a bit recently, but he's still unconvincing in the air. We just haven't got a perfect centre-back. Maybe Mengi. Why waste your time with people who are just not quite the right fit, who are not quite well-rounded enough in all areas, when you could just develop somebody who might be in the future, like Mengi? Maybe it's time to give Mengi a chance, or just go out there and sign another centre-back, really. Maguire is slow. He's bad one-on-one defending in terms of, I don't know. I mean, he's not bad, but he's just not great. I mean, did you see that goal that St. Maximin scored against us for Newcastle? Just to get done up like a kipper like that is very, very disappointing, for somebody who's supposed to be England's one of the first choice centre-backs, So he's not the best either when it comes to that stuff, because also he's slow too. His brain, I think, is not the quickest at reading the game. I don't think he reads the game as well as a lot of players either. That's just my opinion. He's got great abilities on the ball. He's a good passer of the ball. He's got good passing skills, range of passing. He's good at that. He's also good in the air. He's very good in the air. He's a big slab. He's a big slab of a man. He gets up. His head's got its own gravitational pull. They come in. The ball gets pulled in the gravity, and he clears the ball away. He's good at that. But everything else, he's just sort of bang average at. Lindelof is really good with the passing. Really good. He's a bit quicker. But he's just not good either one-on-one defending, and he's not good in the air. So everybody's got problems. Eric Bailly in my opinion, is a great sort of limited defender in the sense that, you know, he's a great winner of the ball. He's great in the air. He's strong. You know, he's probably the one that could actually cement his role in the team for good if he could stay fit. But there's no perfect centre-back to go with Varane. We just got a bunch of melters. And that includes Phil No Bones Jones, who could be in contention. Amit Kumar, thank you very much, broski. I appreciate that. Big God Bob says we struggle against Wolves, apparently. Well, we'll have to wait and see. It does seem like it's going to be a tricky game. We're only a few points ahead of Wolves in the league, so they're no mugs. They're no mugs, but United should get the job done, shouldn't we? Let's get into the score predictions, guys. You know what? I'm so embarrassed. I forgot to say that. I should have done that earlier on right at the start of the stream, mate. What's everyone's score predictions for the game tomorrow? So my prediction for United is 2-0. I think we get the job done 2-0. I think Ronaldo and Cavani getting on the score sheet. 2-0. Happy days. Clean sheet. Get in there, my son. That's what I'm going for. 2-0 to United. Let me know what you guys think. There's a chance we concede, though, isn't there? Ianu Arawasola, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you getting there. Welcome aboard the Bacon Express. We've got a super chat here from JRB3112. Thank you, JRB, for getting in here. He says, Ronaldo's a proven winner. Ballon d'Ors. What a player to look up to. United DNA, yet we have an 80 million slab with 4 relegations under his belt as captain. Exactly. It doesn't make sense, does it, there, JRB? I appreciate that. Let's get a Sue in there. Yeah, Ronaldo's the perfect candidate for now. He's only here for a couple of seasons. We get that. Well, while he's here, he should probably be club captain then, because he's the most treasured player that, you know, from the fan base. We all love him from his previous time that he's been at the club. Like you say, he's got the United DNA. He's one of the longest serving players at United when you don't count, you know, the fact that he was away at Real and Juve. When you take was it 6 or 7 years he was at the club? And then now, you know, other than Phil Jones, you know, David De Gea, you know, Juan Mata's been here for 7 years too. It's like Ronaldo, actually, he's lived and breathed United for just about longer than most of the squad there. So yeah, he makes a good candidate for captain for me too, just for that. And then you factor in how much of a leader he is on the pitch, how much of a leader he's been proven for his country, and obviously previous clubs as well. Like, he's not, there's no doubt in my mind he's the perfect captain to take us forward at the moment. And we're just relying on a big human slab, like you say, whose only real achievements have come for England, really. If you ask me, for Leicester, yeah, he did all right that season. He did good. That's why we paid 80 mil for him. Very good. But one season for Leicester, and then you've got what? Hull City, Sheffield United, king of the relegation, that twat. You know, what is it? What is he? What is he? He's not United captain, is he? The thing that I'd like to see, actually, in all fairness to him, I would like to see the captaincy taken off of him, given to somebody else, and then him given a bit of a, you know, drop him, and then give him a chance later. I'm not saying completely just discard him. Nobody wants to buy the guy anyway. So, you know, you've got to use him. We've got to use him as a squad player, but I just don't think he's good enough to be the starter. And then again, maybe if you take the captaincy off of him, you might see a better Harry Maguire. You might just all of a sudden see somebody who's playing with a little bit less pressure, who doesn't have that mantle of being the leader and leading the team out and, you know, having that extra added pressure of not making a mistake. And at centre back, when you're the captain, you've got to be on it. And if he just has that little bit of pressure off of him, of not having an armband, maybe he'll be a better player for United. So if I was Rangnick, I'd just take the armband off him just for that alone. The fact that he's not really good enough to be United starter, but also definitely not been a great captain for us. Give it to somebody else and then let him have some chances. I wouldn't just get rid, you know, but don't think he's the right fit for our centre-back pairing right now, though. JRB, thank you very much. I totally agree. Get your super chats in there, super chat emoji in there for JRB. Sue! You'll be putting hands on Slabby Maguire by now, says Kingface. 0-0, says Man United Hodge. 0-0, says Johnny Gallagher. Wow, you guys feeling like a bit of a board draw. Fair enough. 3-2 to United, says Madhouse. Fair play, you guys. 2-0, 2-1 to United, says Patricia O'Driscoll. Mike Wallace says 4-1. 91 Vance says 4-1. Aidan Feeney says 3-0. Fair play, you guys. Some positive results coming in there. I'm going for 2-0. Yeah, I think we'll get the win. I think it'll be a tough game. Wolves are a decent team. But with how we've been doing a little bit better recently, and Rangnick hopefully having a bit more time to implement his new system and stuff, I think he's probably going to have them playing better football now. Mamasini with a €2 super chat. Get in there, Mamasini. Says, your trust on our FBs delivering good crosses. All fullbacks, right? Yeah, definitely. I think absolutely. If we're starting with Shaw, I've got a lot of faith in Luke Shaw going forward, delivering the ball in, you know. I think he's brilliant at that. In fact, last season, the amount of chances he created every single game for us was many. he'd put on 4 or 5 chances, good chances for his teammates every game. So he can create, no doubt about that. Tellez as well, he can beat a man and whip a great ball in too, so no doubt about that. On the other side, Dalot is good going forward. He put in some quality balls recently when we've seen him play. I think he's better at that than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. The only player out of our fullbacks that are not that good at delivering good quality crosses, I think, is probably the Spider. But even he's okay, and he can get better at that, but he's a more defensive-minded player, and sometimes you're going to want to start a more defensive-minded fullback. If you've got a really tricky, pacey winger to come up against who you need to pocket or something like that, then Wan-Bissaka might be a better option than Dalot. So it's horses for courses, but I think most of our fullbacks, yeah, I'm confident of them delivering good crosses. Hey, Harodi, what's going on, bro? Good to see you, my man. He says, hello, Piggo, mate, 49.8k. Now get in there, bud. You're going to have a 50k party? Yeah, let's do it. Let's rent out a strip club for the night, Harodi, lad. I'll invite all you guys. Let's go. We'll call it the 50k phone party. Let's go. Hey, thank you, Harodi. Overfloater says Rashford should be captain. Maybe one day in the future. I think if you look at what he's like as a human on and off the pitch, yeah, he's a good candidate because he's very respectful. He's very professional, you know. From that point, yes, but he's too young. He's too. You know, no. Maybe in 5 years. Maybe in 5 years, if he's actually progressed and got to the point where he needs to get to for Man United consistently, then yeah. But no, you can't be giving somebody that who's not really. It's too much too soon for a player like that. Definitely, no way. Let him prove his value, says Gareth. Maguire should be the water boy, says Max. Yeah, John O'Shea, twice the player of Maguire, absolutely, and half the slab. Hey, we got an update here from Matty Rushmano. Look at this. Thank you very much for sending this through. Just an interesting tidbit here I just seen. So, Man United posted it a little while ago. Look at that. So, Bruno Fernandes this season in 2021. This is quite an interesting little... let's talk about Bruno. He's going to be coming back into the side tomorrow, isn't he? You would think, after being suspended for that Burnley game. But check this one out, peeps. So, Bruno Fernandes... that's not the one. Man United just tweeted a little while ago some stats here. It's quite interesting. Most appearances for Man United this season, most assists, and the top goal scorers, a hat-trick for Bruno Fernandes. Top goals... Oh, this is 2021, yeah. Top goal scorers in 2021. Bruno Fernandes has scored 18. He scored 18 in the last year just gone. Those are some pretty decent stats, mate. But he's been in a piss-poor bit of form. He has to get himself back into that good quality form of creating chances for his teammates and scoring goals. Because I'm sorry to say he hasn't been up to the standard recently. He's always tried, though, but it's just not quite gone for him recently. He needs to get out of that funk. He's been very sloppy recently. We know he's a quality player, though. Get your Bruno Fernandes emojis in there. The Portuguese Magnifico is a great player. I'll stick by him. I say stick him back in the team. Even though, form-wise, he's not been good. He's just such a great talent. You've got to stick with him. Timothy Young says, what's up? Hey, what's up there, Timothy Young? Just chilling, mate. Under the weather, mate, but just, you know, just on here, chat with you legends. Madhouse says Piggy has to be the stripper. Cool Homie says we're having a party. We'll see. Maybe I'm going to probably do something like that at some point in the future. Honestly, maybe not 50k, but maybe a bit down the line we'll have like a meet and greet type thing. Or a party. Daniel Pond says, hi, Pig, can you look at your Instagram and read out the SS message I sent you, please? It would mean a lot to me. It depends what it is, Daniel Pond. I mean, I'll have a look, mate. If it's some absolute, you know... I don't have to read it out, mate. You know, let me see what it is. What's your, oh, here it is. Ballymacash finished the game strongly, and it was them who had a number of chances in the last 10 minutes. Shooting wide and a great save from Daniel Barnes to keep a clean sheet for the team. There you go, I did it. What the fuck's that for? You're making some sort of video or something? You're making some self-promo for some, you know, for some scouting video you're sending out to pro clubs or something? What the fuck's that one about? I read it anyway. Hey, Case Slater, thank you very much for getting in here. Says, I need a Maguire recap. Is he available for tomorrow? So, this is the situation, right? That's the last time I check into mid-show. This is the situation, Case Slater, with slabbing to Maguire. So he's not actually pictured with the squad arriving at the Lowry for the game tonight. These are the players that have been pictured. De Gea, Hendo, Heaton, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Jones, Shaw, Telles. Those are the defenders. So no Maguire doesn't mean he's not in the squad. Maybe he's just going to join up at a later date, slide in through the back door, so to speak. And then maybe we'll meet up, with the squad tomorrow. I don't know. But he may well start in the game. It's just that he's not been pictured with the squad arriving at the hotel. So there's possibilities that he could be dropped. Yeah, possibilities that he could be dropped. But also no guarantees. And also the fact that Bailly's meeting up with the Ivory Coast for the AFCON. And also the fact that Lindelof's just coming back from COVID-19 increases the likelihood, in my opinion, that he does start the game. But still a chance that he doesn't. Right, let's get back into the live chat here. We got 178 likes. Get in there, Rushmore. Hey, everyone, we're nearly at 200. Can we do it? Let's have a good old-fashioned Bacon Brigade. Like spike. Smash the thumbs up on the video if you're just getting in here, if you've only just arrived. That would help us out. And also hit that subscribe button if you're new, guys. Help us get to 50k. AR Mad, yep, that's the latest on Harry Maguire there. Superheroes Gaming says, what's your predicted lineup and what do you think about Rangnick so far? Thank you for your question, Superhero Gamer. So my predicted lineup is as follows. That's not it. That's not it. There it is. This is my predicted lineup for the game. Cavani, Ronaldo up top. Bruno and Sancho. Matic and McTominay. Shaw, Maguire, Varane and Dalot. And De Gea. But as we say, things can change. Maguire might not be available. I suppose Matic, Mengi, or even, of course, Phil Jones could be playing at centre-back instead, but I doubt it. Telles could be playing at left-back instead of Shaw. And, of course, Wan-Bissaka could be playing at right-back instead of Wan-Bissaka. Then in the midfield, maybe we see Donny, maybe we see Fred and McTominay, but I've just gone for Matic and McTominay based on, just what I think. Sancho and Bruno, based on form, and also Bruno coming back into it after a game out. And Cavani and Ronaldo up top. That's my predicted lineup. What do I think Rangnick so far? I like him in a lot of ways. I think he's quite open in a lot of ways. I think he talks in a very technical, intelligent way. He's not lost yet as Manchester United manager. That's good. He's had a decent start. Not amazing. We haven't exactly blown teams away. We haven't looked incredible, but we've picked up okay results. It's all about now getting into a decent flow. He's got to get the performances. He's got to get the results whilst getting the performances too. That's the most important thing, actually, is just getting the results. We don't care really if we grind out a win tomorrow. We've just got to get a win. It's as simple as that. We've got to try and get in that top four this season. It's a shame that we're talking about just saving the season with top four, but that's pretty much what it is. So he's got to get us that. And if he's going to get us that, he's got to get this team playing good football. So, yeah, I think time will tell, Look, I'm aware this is his biggest job ever. It's not like we've gone and got like a massively proven to the top level manager who's got European trophies and big league titles and all the rest of it, like when we signed Jose. It's not the same as that. This is somebody who's sort of stepping up really to a big job, but his credentials are unbelievable. And he's just been around football clubs and been around, the behind the scenes of these football clubs, as well as in the dugout as well for a lot of these clubs coaching. So it's somebody who's just a total football man whose CV is impressive. Big clubs, RB Leipzig, Hoffenheim, some decent sized clubs, working his way up the football ladder basically to the point where he's got to now, which is at Manchester United as their coach and then going into a consultancy role. So he's we'll see. We'll see. I think he's doing well so far, though. Yeah, I can't really criticize him at all so far. He's not had hardly any time. It's also going to take a bit of time for the funk of the previous manager to leave. It's going to take a bit of time for what the players have been working on for the last few years to leave them and gel into a new sort of system and gel into a new team. And obviously get used to any changes that have been made and all the rest of it. So it's all not going to happen overnight. We can't expect too much too soon. I just want to see him progressing the team. I want to see the style getting more and more to that whole Rangnick Gegenpress system that we're working towards. I want to see us, getting results to the point where we're getting to the latter stages of the tournaments this season, but also challenging for the we've got to get in the top four, don't we? So he's got to keep us competitive. I don't think we're winning the league this season. We're 20 points, 19 points, whatever it is off of Man City. But he's got to get us comfortably in the top four. Yeah, Trent Nido says De Gea 100% deserves the captain's armband. He probably does. He really does. Only thing is he's a goalkeeper. I'm not so keen on that. But he does, though. You're right. He does deserve it. Because he actually performs consistently and he's been our longest serving player. So he definitely deserves it. It's just that I don't really like goalkeepers having the armband. Mamasini with a €5 super chat. Thank you so much for joining and getting in. Says Wolves midfield is stronger than ours, as most of Premier League teams. Either we split them apart from the wings or they'll have an easy draw. Just saying. Hey, fair play to you, Mamasini. Thank you so much for the €5 super chat. So do you think maybe we stick with a 4-4-2? So maybe we go with 4-4-2 in this game. I'm just thinking at the home side here, getting high up, gegenpress. Maybe we play a little bit more of a, I don't know, a slightly deeper, maybe a subdued 4-4-2. Is that what you're thinking? I don't know. I mean, you know, this is it. We did look decent in the last game. We don't want to, with a team like Wolves, who are a good counter-attacking team, with players like Big Adama Traore, you don't want to leave holes on the counter. You know, you don't want to leave space in behind. Especially if somebody like Slabby Maguire is starting, who's very slow. You don't want to do that. You do want to be, you know, so I'm not too sure how we're going to approach the game either, to be fair. Because Wolves, you don't want to play into their hands and just get really high up. And if you don't take your chances, you leave them with an easy counter where they can just run it forward and have their wicked way. We've seen that a lot of times against United this season. So I hope that doesn't happen, Mamasini. So yeah, we'll see. Thank you very much for the €5 super chat there. Get in there. Mount says we need to get a better CDM in this window. I'd get 2 in. I'd go and buy that Amadou Haidara for 32 million release clause and also that Kamara for 10 mil. Get them both in. Sell off Lingard. See you later, Martial. Bye-bye, Dean Henderson as well on loan. And then see you later on as well to a couple of other players that you could get rid of too. Who else is there? Juan Mata. There's a couple of players that you could recoup some of that money and get some money off your books with the wages. Can't wait for the match tomorrow. Just a bit antsy. It might be a draw, says Muste. Tough game. There's not a FIFA stream tonight, Ravi OP Gaming. Sorry to disappoint. I'm a bit under the weather, pal. But we'll be back tomorrow with it. I'm going to rest up tonight. Patricia O'Driscoll says captaincy doesn't... What does that mean? Doesn't matter? I don't know. Trent Knight, who says Donny and Matic tomorrow and get a better CDM during this window because Matic is going to retire soon. Good point. Yeah, Matic is saying that. He's only 32, isn't he, Nemanja Matic? I think he'll be here until the summer and then we'll probably sell him to like Serie A or something. That's what I think. Gungshi says Slabby up against Big Adama is a disturbing thought. Oh, yeah, that's what he'll be keeping. That's why Harry Maguire wasn't at the picture arriving with the team. He is playing tomorrow. He was just with that new club psychologist, you know, working on how to deal with Big Adama Traore and the menace of him coming at him. Hello there, Bines Manic. How are you doing today? I'm seeing a lot of new faces in here, actually. Salso, what's going on? And Hassan Youssef, what's going on? If you're new, guys, smash the like and smash the subscribe. We're nearly at 200 likes, actually. Calso says, would love Alvarez this window. With Martial leaving and Cavani most likely leaving in the summer, he'll be a good solution, especially with Ronaldo maybe being fit for 2 more years at high-level footy. Great comment. Yes, I actually said the same yesterday on my stream. Was spot on, Calso. I couldn't agree more with you because... Yeah, Cavani's going to go in this summer. Ronaldo's going to go next summer, more than likely. And so, you know, what does that mean? Well, we've got Greenwood there as a striker, who could play as a striker, of course, in the future if he's developed there, which I would like to see him playing as a number 9. But then you've also could go and get this Alvarez guy for only about 17 to 20 million pounds or euros, one of them. And it's not a lot of money for somebody who's got such great credentials for a 21-year-old player who's done what he's done so far. You know, I think he was the top scorer, of course, in the Argentinian League last year. He's won a Copa America and all the rest of it. So he's a decent prospect. I would definitely get him. I agree. It's a chump change, really. Only problem with him is, again, there's going to be a lot of clubs that are interested in him. So there might be a sort of bidding war for wages. It's going to be an open game, says Gareth. I hope you're right. Yes, yes. Big God Bob says, while Wolves are expected to have players back, they aren't likely to be at full strength. They'll almost certainly be short of fitness after a gap of over 2 weeks since the last game. Good point there, Big God Bob. I like your style and I like your moves. Right, nice one. Big Adama is the fastest in the Prem, I think, Gang. She says, Big Dog Bob, he is very, very rapid, isn't he? He's built like a brick shithouse as well. Would I play Rashford tomorrow, Ahmed Mohamed? I would not, actually. I personally wouldn't. I don't think he's the right guy to feature in this game just because of the form that he's been in. I'm not saying completely, drop him, discard of him, but just right now, I'd probably give the game to somebody else. Sancho's looked good recently. I'd probably try Bruno and Sancho and, go with the midfield of Matic and McTominay or McFred or something. But Rashford needs to be dropped. He's not looked good enough. Don't reward bad performances. Plus, for his own good, a game out, probably good for him. Probably good for him. Jimmy to the J says Alvarez presses his socks off. Yes, mate. We'd be a better team if we got him in. Just have further options up front as well. We do have, Edinson Cavani's a great player, but if we're going to be playing two up top, then we need options. And, Eddie is an injury-prone player. So you want a bit of cover. So it wouldn't hurt to get this guy in the January window. It really wouldn't hurt to get that Alvarez in the Jan window. You were the 198th like. Hey, United Fan Info. Thank you, United Fan Info. We got 200 likes on the stream. Get in there, my son. Come on. Where are you? Let's be having you. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate everyone who's hit the like button there. That's awesome. Helps us out massively on YouTube if you leave the like. It's free to do, so you might as well. And it helps us compete with some of the clickbait charlatan twats on YouTube. And also some of the corporation channels and stuff. So if you enjoy supporting an independent channel like this, who gives a voice to everybody in the community, rather than just ignoring people or reading out super chats and all that, then do support the show by smashing your like on it and getting yourself involved. And sorry, my voice sounds a little bit like Sean Dyche again today. Sean Dyche got absolutely penetrated the other day by United. Maguire's grandpa was captain of the Titanic, says Robert Xerxes. Not today, 133. Back tomorrow. Back tomorrow. Jamie Weaver Cole's comments. We are in for the key days regarding Julian Alvarez to Manchester United. Yeah, we got updates on Julian Alvarez. So apparently within the next week, Manchester United will be meeting that minimum release clause that's in his contract. That is the latest we know. That's apparently what Manchester United are planning on doing from what we've heard from behind the scenes. But so is every other club. So is every other club, because he's literally hot property, this guy. He's really cheap for the player that he is. And, he's very young, but he's very good. So because of that reason, he's going to be wanted by a lot of different football clubs. So it depends where he goes to the end of the window. Robert Xerxes, you bought half a pig, great bacon and sausages. Wow, you bought a whole half a pig. Crikey, mate. Big God Bob says, Big Adama will twist Maguire's boots up so much he will drill a hole to Taiwan. What the fuck? Anyway, Jimmy to the J says 205. Get in there. Will there be a live stream tomorrow for definite? Absolutely, 100%. There always is for every single United game. I don't know when the last United game that I didn't do a watch along for was. It's been years. It must be years ago. I can't remember. It must be years ago. It must be when I was doing my deliveries and was busy working and there was a game on early or something and I'm still working. It was probably one of those ones. Probably years ago. No, I'd definitely be doing a watch along for it, my man. Definitely. So get yourselves involved. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, 5 p.m. We're going to start the watch along, which is half an hour before kickoff. Round about there, maybe 1:45. We'll get on here and give you all the team news, team info, and watch the game. Cool homies, thank you, my man. He says, smash that like, share the stream, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, cool homies. Man United Hodge lad. He hopes that Twanzebe gets some time at Napoli. He deserves it. Yeah, Villa, he only played, 8 or 9 times this season so far in all competitions. It's not good enough. They need to, we do need to get him some game time. He could develop into a good player. It seems like that they're not too keen on getting rid of Twanzebe, because if they were going to get rid of Twanzebe, they could have just kept him at Villa. Villa understood to have some sort of interest in taking him on. Steven Gerrard said as much recently. In the summer, they're interested in still having an opportunity to sign him in the summer, is what he said. So, I just think it's a case of, he needs game time. And really, we should, I don't know. We have to see what happens with the centre-back positions, guys, because Phil Jones needs to be off the books, but it's hard to get him off. Maguire, in my opinion, should be sold if we can sell him in the summer as well, which we probably can't. But then everywhere else as well, we could do with adding a bit more quality. Jonathan Gallagher, thank you so much for getting in with a €5 super chat, mate. Super chat. Thank you very much, Jonathan Gallagher. He says, Pigmate, you don't reward bad form, then why start Bruno Fernandes, who's been cash for ages? We played better last game without Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, you're right, Bruno. You're right, Jonathan Gallagher. That is against what I usually say. But it's like he's such a great player for us. He's been so good for us over 18 months. You're just going to sack off your best player because he's had a few bad games? I don't think that's the right thing to do with Bruno. Some players, drop him if they're not up to the standard. I mean, he definitely deserves to be in there way more than, say, somebody like Harry Maguire, who's been worse in way more games this season. And actually, if you're talking about, influencers, top scorers, assists and stuff, let me just have a look in the Premier League stats here. Top scorers in the Premier League this season, he's definitely not obviously hit the heights that he did last season because let's face it, Ronaldo's here now scoring the goal, so he's not even in the top 21, actually. That's shit. Top assists, though. Where is Bruno Fernandes on this list? Is he not in the top 20 for assists either this season? I'm surprised at that. Hang on. Sounds like he's having a shitter, Jonathan Gallagher. Hang on a second. I've just gone on here to go, yeah, but look at what he's done earlier in the season. He's had a few bad games. But actually, hang on. He's not in any of the top. He's not in the top scorers or the top assists in the top 20 at all. That's not good, is it? Bruno Fernandes has shat the bed. No, listen, he's such a great player. He was so good for us for 18 months. The reason I would stick with him is because he's one of our best players. It's as simple as that. You know, Harry Maguire has not been good enough for a long time yet. He's played a lot of games, but he's not to the same standard or quality as a player like Bruno. I know they're different positions, but I mean within their position. Bruno's a better player within his position than Maguire is within his position. So for that reason, he deserves a little bit more of a chance to find his form again. So it is against what I usually say, though, but Bruno's the man. Come on, Bruno's been our best player for 18 months, really, before Ronaldo came. But by the way, Paul Pogba is still third on the list of assists in the Premier League this season. He obviously got 7, obviously he's got 4 in one game, and then he got 1 in each, the next ones for a few games at the start of the season. He's actually still third in the assists. That's crazy. So you would think somebody like Bruno Fernandes would have surpassed Pogba, seeing as Pogba's been out so long this season. But no, Pogba's still third on the list for assists. That's pretty mad, isn't it? Wow. Anyway, let's get back in the live chat for a few minutes, peeps. Thank you, Jonathan Gallagher. You're right. I'm a hypocrite, mate. What are you saying? Oh, Bruno has to go with Pogba, says Madhouse. No way. We see he deserves more chances. That's the thing. I know you're just joking, but he does deserve more chances. Hey, Tad Bakes, what's going on? Says Bruno deserved to be dropped. He's been awful and doesn't keep hold of the ball. He's too erratic when we are meant to be gaining control of matches. Definitely, yeah, he has been in the last 5 games that he's played. I agree. He's been erratic. He's given the ball away so much. But come on, he's a classy player. He's a classy player who, as long as he can adapt to a new system here, as long as he can actually turn up, then he can win the game for you. He's an absolute match winner. Come on, you've got to start Bruno now, don't you? Let's have a vote. This is a great topic. Great topic. I love the topic here. You got to, tomorrow, start or bench Bruno Fernandes. Are you saying start or bench? What do you think, guys? Should he be dropped? Start or bench? Let me know. I think he's too good to drop him. You can't just, it's like if Ronaldo has a bad few games. You can't drop Ronaldo. Ronaldo's the clutch go. If you get, if he turns up, he's going to win you the match. So I go with that. Hey, Nathan Best, what's going on? He says, yes, boss. How are we doing? All good here, Nathan. Thanks for asking, dude. I hope you're good as well, Nathan Best. By the way, there's an article pinned to the top of the live chat, which Mr. Nathan Best wrote. It's also it's a preview for the game. Please do us a favor, actually. I'll just ask you very quickly, guys. In fact, just take 1 second. Everyone, click it. Actually, help us out, because we're trying to get more clicks on that website. Not for ads. There's no ads running on the website, by the way. There's no ads running on the website. But click it, would you? Can you click the link and just leave it open while you're watching this or something? Because it just helps us in the search engine thing, trying to get more, people reading the articles, obviously. So smash that link that's in the top of the live chat. That's the website article. Click that. Give it a read as well. You might as well give it a read. It's a short article about the game tomorrow. Give it a read. But, yeah, do that. Okay, we've got updates coming in here, guys, by the way. I've got updates for you. Hey there, Dion Gaming. What's going on? Positive Energies. Robert Cersei, Shazan Ahmed as well. Jarvis Cocker getting in here. Guys, thank you for joining us. Do hit the like if you're just joining. We've got big updates coming through here. Thank you very much, Rush Mano. Thank you very much for giving us some informazione here. So we have a source that says that Donny van der Beek has not been pushing to leave Manchester United, which we hear what Rangnick said earlier in the press conference. That's good news. Donny hopefully is at this moment with a new manager coming in and maybe being afforded some opportunities and being allowed the chance to fight his way into the squad is enough for him right now to want to stay in the Jan window. That's possible. That's the information we got coming through. Also, Sport Bild over in Germany. So Bild are reporting that Borussia Mönchengladbach, this has just come out at 11:05 tonight from Bild. Borussia Mönchengladbach are willing to sell Dennis Zakaria for £6 million in January. What? Because obviously his contract's running down. If they're willing to sell Dennis Zakaria for £6 million, in January, then Manchester United have to go and buy him. Simple as that. You can't go wrong. For £6 million, it's a no-brainer. Even if he turns out to be shit in the Prem, £6 million, go and get this guy in midfield to bolster the team, bolster the midfield. And he's actually a really good player. I think he'll be a very good player. But apparently that's what Bild are reporting over in Germany. He doesn't have long left in the contract. Mönchengladbach maybe hoping to cash in for a want-away player, get some money for him rather than letting him leave for nothing. Thank you for clicking it, Gungshi. I really appreciate it, man. Eddie's Football Officer says, good article. Give it a read, guys. Thank you very much, Eddie. Yeah, Nathan Best, great article, lad. And please do smash the link there. Help us out. Help us get that more in the search things. There's no ads running on it. I'm not asking you to click it to go so you get an ad. Just click it and help us out. That's as simple as that. Okay, Joel Alcindor says, what? Yep, 6 million. Dennis Barganini from Lord Reptile. Yep, absolutely. Who's that? Did you mean to say Dennis Zakaria then? And that's what your autocorrect did. Shazad Ahmed says 6 million. That's a bargain. Yeah, for that sort of price, it's an absolute no-brainer, mate. Even if he flopped, you could get a profit, says Calso. Definitely. Yeah. Such a good point that is, actually. Yeah. You might have to pay decent wages, but yeah, you're so right. It's worth the risk at that price, says Gungshi. Hey, thank you for the update there. Rushmano giving me a live update. Bild reporting that over in Germany tonight that Dennis Zakaria could be available or is available. Actually, what they're reporting actually is this. So Mönchengladbach are willing to sell Dennis Zakaria for 6 million in January. That is what they're reporting. So Manchester United, get your thinking cap on, get the deal done, go and get the guy. £6 million, you can't go wrong. And it's the sort of player for what we need in that sort of position too. Patricia O'Driscoll says, great signing. Yeah, we need a defensive-minded midfielder who can play a bit of ball too. That's what we need. Jimmy to the J says, Barca has to sell some players to sign Torres. De Jong might be available. Yeah, De Jong could be available. They've got to sell players. They've got financial issues at Barca. They're looking to sort of redistribute throughout the squad. Obviously, Aguero had to retire and all the rest of it. You know, they did sign Torres, and so because of that, they've got to get rid of some players somewhere. A couple of players like Coutinho, Dembele, and even maybe De Jong, like you say. So absolutely. Hi there, MGD Gaming. What's going on? Hader, what's going on as well? Good to see you. Good to see you. Right, let me catch up with the chat here. Robert Xerxes says United will start success when Slam stripped of the captaincy. Me too, I agree. You can't allow mediocrity to creep into the club. And if you have a captain like Slabby, that's just accepting mediocrity. Boniface Sikobi says, news, Maguire versus Wolves. Is that true? Missing versus Wolves. Well, this is the latest we have on it, mate. This is all we know right now. That's speculation. If anything comes in, you know, definite, we'll let you know in the next few minutes. But this is it. So Man United squad was pictured arriving at the Lowry Hotel tonight ahead of the game. And all these players were pictured here, you know, and in the defence, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Jones, Shaw, Tellers. No slapping Maguire. Doesn't mean that he's not going to play in the game. Maybe he's joining up with the squad at a later date. But it seems like he wasn't with the squad arriving at the hotel. So there you go. Reading that what you will. Reading that what you will. Based on form, he definitely should be dropped. He was so bad in that last game of football. He absolutely should be dropped. Absolutely. Okay, we've got another update here. Thank you very much here for getting in here. We've got an update here from Rush Mano, who's sending me the information here. Oh, wow. Interesting. Wow, okay, so Memphis Depay could be on the move. Memphis Depay, you know how Barca are in financial ruins and they might have to make some sales. Memphis Depay has just updated his... Memphis Depay has updated his profile on Instagram. He's removed the picture of him as his profile picture wearing a Barca shirt to something else now. And he's also removed that he's a Barcelona player from his bio. That's interesting. So he used to have a picture of him with a Barcelona shirt, and it says at FC Barcelona in his bio. Now, updated, no longer with a Barca shirt, and no longer says Barcelona in his bio. Read into that what you will, guys. Read into that what you will. Nice update there, Rushmon. I like that one. Good stuff. Nice one. Regarding Donny van de Beek's agent situation, so the owner of HCM Sports Management is Hassan Ketinkaya. He's looking after Donny's affairs. This is from Jonathan Schrager on Twitter. FDB's former agent has a contract which only covers the UK, but not worldwide. So his new agency can technically still negotiate a transfer abroad. Okay, that's quite interesting. Yeah, interesting bits of info coming in here. Nice. Okay, so great stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm just going to get into the live chat for a couple of minutes, guys. Memphis to Newcastle. I could see it happen in Madhouse. Max Arendt says, strange. Barca is desperate. They can't register Ferran Torres, says Jarvis Cocker. Ah, maybe that's what it is then, Jarvis Cocker. Yeah, they've got to get rid of players. What a bunch of idiots running that club, though, eh? Thank you, Bondface Jacoby, for subscribing to the channel. Nice one, Bondface. If you're new, do what Bondface has done and hit that subscribe button. You think he will play and be captain, says Scott Hutchinson? I do too. I do too. This is my team. This is my team prediction. Where's that gone? Yeah, this is my team prediction. As you can see there, you know, Slabby Maguire in the back of that, in the back line. I think he will play too. I think he'll just join up with them at a later date. But he is obviously at this moment in time, supposedly not with the squad at the hotel. That's what we've heard. So there you go. That's the latest in regards to that. Right, guys, I'm just going to we've been on here a long time, actually. Crikey, I've just realised how long this video has been. It's been a great preview tonight, though. Lots of legends getting in here. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Do smash the like, smash the subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell icon so you get new notifications when we post for streams. We'll be back tomorrow, the watch along, so get yourself involved. Smash the sub, smash the like on it. Just follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm going to get into the live chat for just a couple more minutes, but I'm going to have to wrap this one up because it's nearly we've been on here a long time. Ian Dawn says, to be fair, I'd much rather have Ferran Torres than Memphis. Yeah, me too, Ian Dawn. I mean, Memphis at United was pretty bang average, mate, to be fair. Just maybe didn't quite happen for him, but yeah, having a good spell in France doesn't impress me either. You know, for Lyon, it just doesn't impress me. He's not top tier player, in my opinion. MDB says, I want United to sign Phillips and Bellingham, and for striker Haaland. Wow, if what Calvin Phillips and Jude Bellingham, yeah, great. To be fair, that would sort us out in a lot of ways, MDP Gaming, definitely. I think Bellingham's a definite future United signing we should try and get. Although Liverpool and a bunch of other clubs sniffing around him. Thomas Healy comments, Luke Shaw / James Corden can turn his career around at Newcastle. James Corden, that is cold. Hey, Kerry E83, what's going on? Yo to you too, bro. Thank you, Eddie's Football Waffles. It's a great show, Piggo. Cheers. Thank you, my man. Absolute top lad. Check out Eddie's Football Waffle on YouTube as well, guys. He's a top lad. He's starting out on YouTube. He does football videos and about United as well. Check him out. Check out his recent one about United. Rush Mano, thank you very much. Says sub to the channel. Robert Zersey says Viva la Bacon. Thank you, Robert. That's a bit extreme, Chris Parker, but fair play to you. Jonathan Gallagher with a €2 super chat, man. Says no more favourites got to earn to play for us. Definitely agree with that, Jonathan Gallagher. But Rangnick said he'd been here a few games and Bruno's only played a couple of bad ones. It's like, come on, let's just, fair enough, if he has a stinker against Wolves, then he deserves to be dropped in my eyes. But come on, he's probably going to absolutely tear it up. I reckon he's going to set the world alight. It would have been easy to drop Scott McTominay from that game against Burnley, by the way, Jonathan, wouldn't it? I would have done. I'm just saying, I would have done that. I would have done that. I don't think McTominay deserved to play that game based on the form of the few games before. But look what he did. He absolutely won the game for us, or certainly did a really fantastic job and got man of the match. So, you know, not always that clear cut and you know, to be honest, Jonathan. Mr. Miyagi says Maguire is good, to be honest, not Vidic or Rio level, but better than Lindelof and Bailly. He'll do it. See, I disagree, Mr. Miyagi. I actually disagree. I think he's not better than... he's probably better than Lindo. Actually, he's a better all-round player than both of them. So, fair enough. In one regard, I see what you're saying. I think Bailly's better one-on-one. I think Bailly's better in the air. I think Maguire's very, very good in the air, great on the ball, passing-wise. Lindelof's great on the ball, passing-wise, not great one-on-one defending, not great in the air. You know, so... But Maguire's the best rounded out of them. I would say that's true. I would say that is true. But I don't think he's the best at... You know, Varane's obviously better than all of them at everything. You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. Varane's the Don. That's what we need. If we had another Varane who was fit, then we'd be all right. Hey, how's it going, Jane and Peter? You missed quite a lot, mate. I don't really think I can go through the recap now. But you can watch the show back when it finishes, though. Yeah, you know, just the main stuff. Okay, anyway, he's only better than Bailly because he can only play one game a week, Mac. Oh, okay, fair enough. I see what you're saying. Yeah, from a consistency point of view, from an actually being fit point of view, you have to give marks taken away from Eric Bailly because he's just not fit. That's a fair point. He's not fit a lot of the time. You really used to think but Maguire is really bad. Yeah, no, listen. Maguire's actually not really bad. Let's be fair to the guy. He's actually decent. He's actually a good player. He's just not a top player. He's just not, like we said, Real or Vidic standards. He's getting in England's team, doing well at the World Cup in 2018, doing bits of the Euros in 2021. He's obviously a good player. He's just not a great player for Manchester United, and that's a big difference. You can be a good player for your country, but if you don't do it for your club, something's seriously wrong there. He's not doing it for us. He's not doing it regularly enough. Sometimes he turns up and has a good game, and I'd expect that of anybody. I'd expect that of me. If you pop me in there once in every fucking 10 games, I'll probably do a good job. You know, that's how it goes as a professional footballer. Sometimes you're going to have a good day. Sometimes you're going to have a bad day. But the key is for United is to have that level of expectation that we should have a consistent performer to a good standard more often than not. And so he doesn't fit the bill for a lot of different reasons. But consistency being one of the biggest ones. And overall skills as well. Thomas Healy says Anders Herrera was never replaced. That's a fair point. And Patricia says, I agree. Thank you, Patricia. My Christmas was awesome, Coda. Thank you very much for asking. I hope yours was good as well. Eddie's Football Waffle says Maguire is a limited player. Low block, too slow, but good at a lower level, says Eddie's Football Waffle. Yes, exactly. I agree, mate. I agree. You know, mid-table standards. Mid-table. Should have stayed at Leicester, really. You know, Everton standards. You're not really blaming Maguire for Burnley's goal. Bailly should have cleared it properly. Maguire was trying to show Lennon out wide, but Lennon scuffed a shot. Oh, Ian Dawn. All true, apart from you still have to blame Maguire because he could have stopped that. A good defender would have actually got into Aaron Lennon earlier, got his leg in, made the right challenge, and not just backed off, waited, and tried to block it, and then do a piss-poor job of blocking it. I personally think that moment of defending by Maguire summed up why he's not a good enough defender for United because he was too indecisive and, and it led to a goal. And unfortunately, you know, you've got to do better than that. He's coming up against Aaron Lennon, for Pete's sake. He had all the time in the world to make a challenge, and he just backed off, and didn't put a foot in. He wasn't confident in his ability to commit to a challenge and take the ball off Aaron Lennon. That's not good enough. Anyway. Chris Barker says Ian Dunn's play slight silly sometimes. Right, we're going to wrap this video up, guys. Otherwise, I'm going to speak on until the midnight, basically. But there's a bunch of you legends in here tonight. Still 191 of you in here. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined us. We got 230 likes on the stream, everybody. You know what? Hit the like button before you go. Let's get 250 likes on this stream if we can. Why the hell not? Rushmono says Alvarez agent talks to United tomorrow. Get in there, Rushmono. Yeah. So he's coming to England. I think he's talking to some other clubs as well. But hopefully there's going to be some news about Alvarez, guys, coming. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on in the day, by the way, peeps. So in the day before the United game, I'll try and jump on. I'm going to try and get an earlier night tonight. There's no FIFA tonight. I'm going to try and get an earlier night. Get on and give you the United news in the afternoon. FIFA stream later, not tonight, positive energies. I'm a bit under the weather, lad. I'm going to rest up tonight. I'm going to come back strong tomorrow with a FIFA stream in the evening after the game and stuff. Ronaldo is prime when coming. What does that mean, Arvin? Good night, Overfloater, Mr. Miyagi, Gareth, Jaden Peters, Shazad Ahmed, Muste, Rushmano, David Lloyd, Gungshi. Thank you very much as well. Have a great night. Come back refreshed tomorrow. Thank you, Gungshi. I will do. You have a great day also, bud. Coda, Jaden Peter, Ian Dawn, Eddie, and everybody else. That's going to be it from me then. Thank you so much for watching. Harodi, have a great night as well, dude. Shazad Ahmed. Take it easy, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry there's no FIFA tonight, but I'm just feeling a bit gashed up. So I'm going to rest up, rest the old vocal cords, get back at it tomorrow with the watch-along, the United news, and a FIFA stream in the evening. So I'll see you then. Thank you, Rushy. Thank you, everyone else. Thank you, Chris Barker. Have a great evening. Please do hit that like before you go and sub if you're new. Subscribe to the channel. We're on nearly at 50k, so hit the sub if you just joined us for the first time tonight. Also, make sure you get yourself following us on Instagram on Flying Pig United and Twitter and Facebook at Flying Pig United as well. Follow us up on there. Do click the article if you want to read a little bit more about this game tomorrow, and also help us out by just clicking the link and checking out the website. Click the link and that will take you to the article on unitedflyinghigh.com. Once again, thanks to all the moderators, all the members, and everybody in the live chat who gets in here. Thanking the community here for being absolute legends and interacting with me throughout the show and getting your points in. Do come back after the video is finished and get your thoughts and opinions in about anything that we have discussed in this topic. Always love to read your score predictions for the game tomorrow and also your formations and your starting lineups. If you want to come back after this vid's finished and get that in the comment section, I will check that out. And thanks for doing that. Right, guys, that's going to be it from me then. Stay classy. Thanks for watching. Come on, United. You're going down, Wolves. We're going to batter them up. Time for some Rangnick, Gagan press, baby. See you tomorrow, guys, for hopefully what's going to be an absolute display of majesty by United. Come on, United! See you later, guys. Take it easy. And remember, when the seagulls follow the troll. As this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. So